Wait,
wait, hold on. Is everything we said before this no one heard?
Probably.
Oh, yep.
Going on?
Yes. That's correct.
Oh.
We
Yes.
dodged a bullet there.
There we
Yeah,
go.
we really did, honestly.
You want
That was
to do
one of those
it?
times where technical difficulties proved to be better than no technical
There we go.
Well,
but yeah,
we have
so-
a break, and we'll come back from the break.
Oh,
You'll
no.
hear the awesome joke I just said.
True.
You can't stop me.
But yeah, so we just want to extend a very wide thank you to everyone who has followed the channel, who has played in games on the channel, who has joined the Discord, who's popped into chat for 2 seconds just to say hi and then leave. Couldn't do this without you guys, so we're very grateful. And it's, you know, it's very humbling and encouraging for us to put stories out there and for everyone to latch onto them so nicely and take them to heart and actually, you know, continue to enjoy the stories that we make together. So, thank you, everyone. You're all great.
Thank you.
You're the best.
We love you.
Anyway,
I also
Yeah,
have
we
an
love you.
go for it.
Because of us hitting affiliate, we do have a couple of giveaways that'll be coming up in a couple of weeks to celebrate. And we will be getting more information to you guys as that becomes available to us. So stick to our Discord and our socials so you know when those giveaways will be happening.
Yeah.
Excellent. But yeah, apart from that, so stick around for that because that's going to be fun. Apart from that, you know, all the usual. Join the Discord, follow us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube to get all the VODs and extra stuff on there. And also, you know, check out Pandelva on Fridays because that's really fun. And Griz is a great DM.
He is.
But yeah, without further ado, I don't have any other announcements. Anyone else?
I don't.
We're all gonna die.
Yes.
Yep.
Besides Alakian, he's fine.
Besides a leak.
So-
He's nowhere near.
Without further ado,
Oh,
let's go ahead and start tonight's game of Emoris.
Woo!
So,
Sorry.
previously on Emoris, you, the Silvered Goats, had completed a mission from the Convex Order in which you were tasked to lay low a little bit and basically assist a couple of guys from the Order itself in retrieving one of their lost members to the criminal organization that resides underneath the sewers of Recrovy called the Choke. In doing so, you encountered an old familiar face by the name of Isaf Vidya, who you promptly kidnapped, and a chase ensued. But you got out okay, and took him to an abandoned building where you had a interrogation with him, to put it nicely, before promptly ending him and throwing him to the sutures. A very long, ethical, moral debate ensued, but was interrupted by the members of the Order calling you all to go and meet with Geth Finch and the Lost Inquirator to discuss what had happened in your chase and why it happened. So you went there, you were told off by Geth, who was not happy with your performance, but he did agree to pay you anyway if you were to head to the reserve. Pasha would take care of that. Although consequences would be ensuing, particularly for Alakian, who is the only member of the Order within the Goats. And yeah, so you left Geth's safe house, shall we say, and split up. Alakian going to the Protector's Temple to try and meditate and reach out to the Raven Queen. And the rest of you heading elsewhere, still in your average everyday clothes, to the point where you were stopped on your journey. I believe you're going to the Echelon. You were stopped on your journey by a group of seemingly Choke members. who walked up to you and requested to talk to you, while two more groups began to flank you from either side. So, that's where we left off. So we catch up in the middle of the Rokrovi day. The sun is out. It's a nice day, you know. It's pretty pleasant. Clouds are just lazily drifting in the sky. There is a gentle hubbub around the city. Not that you guys will have the chance to enjoy it immediately, as you are currently being flanked by about 20 different choke members in the middle of one of the sort of inner ring alleyways here in the center-ish of the city. So, as a reminder, Free, you're level 4
Yep.
and exhausted.
Yep.
Alakian is not there. The other three of you are fine for now. So, as we begin today's session, why don't we go ahead and I would like for everyone, apart from Alakian, to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Oh God. Crap.
Son of a gun, dude. You son of a gun.
Well, this
It's
session's getting started off on the right foot.
Okay, so
Uh,
these guys go.
There was a pun in there, I'm sure.
Yeah,
gonna
I just
kiss
rolled a
all up.
natural one.
Oh!
There you go. I'm gonna kiss all these sweet murder boys.
Okay. So, 25 to 20. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit!
20 to 15.
16.
17.
So, what you got? 17. And Izzy got a 16.
Okay, Equa, I have a...
15 to 10.
Oh, sorry.
14.
Okay, was that a disadvantage?
Nope, 1 second. 7.
Okay,
Forgot about that.
Great.
sweet. You'll get used to it, trust me.
Yeah, I'm used to it for the... Just didn't think
So-
initiative counted as an ability check.
Free got a 7, and Thyra, what'd you get?
3.
Thyra. Okay, what were you going to say, Griz?
Do you know if mage armor stacks with robes of protection, cloaks of protection, like that?
Let me look that up very quickly.
Oh, mage armor stacks
I
with
believe-
things that give
I
a bonus
believe-
to AC, like ring of protection. It doesn't stack with things like armor, essentially, in monk's defense. According to this.
Yeah. You can't wear armor, but
Base AC becomes 13 plus the Dex modifier. The spell ends if the target dons armor or if you dismiss it. I'll say so no, it doesn't stack.
What?
Actually,
Oh.
the cloak itself
Yeah, that's
is
fine.
not technically armor, it's a wondrous item. So I'll say you're fine.
Woo! Okay.
But it will still be 13 plus your Dex mod.
Plus the cloak.
Not plus the cloak, because of mage
then
armor
it-
just does
then it
13
doesn't
plus
stack.
Dex. No. But you
Okay.
can keep the thing on and you can still cast it, is what I'm trying to say. I'm very flustered today, you guys.
Okay.
So,
I see what you're saying now. Okay.
as these variety of people start to close in on you guys, I've marked a couple of them in red. That is because the ones without marking seem to be a little bit more lithe and dexterous. The ones who have markings are a little bit bigger. They're a little bit slower and heavier. But, to begin with, it's the thief's turn. So, seeing you and the alligator poncho Wade, the guy who introduced you all to this particular scenario, is going to run up to you, and he's going to jab at you twice.
Okay.
So the first attack is a 9 to hit,
No.
and the second attack is a natural 20.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
oh,
Cracking start, dude. Cracking start. Oh, you rolled really bad. You're fine. So you take 5 points of piercing damage.
that
Okay,
is really bad. Here.
that's good.
Glitched out. Yeah, you watch as he pulls the short sword, draws it out of the sheath on the side of his belt, and starts crouching down and walking up to you slowly, sort of eyeing you up very, very conscious of the poncho itself. And as he jabs straight forward, you out the way, and then he just tilts the blade to the side and cuts sideways, and it lacerates just the very, very front of your abdomen. It hurts, but it's not too bad. That's the first one's turn. Well, my roll 20 loads back up again.
Do you want to? Oh, okay. Your roll 20 is not up. That's why. Okay. I was just gonna say you should move the token so I know which one it was, but
it is. Give me a second. It's this one right there. It's 20 feet up to you. Right. There are going to be two more that come from behind. One attacks you free twice, and one attacks you Izzy twice.
Okie dokie.
Yay.
So free first of all. He rolls a 9
Miss.
and an 11.
Miss.
Yeah, in your sleep-deprived state, you are still very conscious of the raw power, the vast amount of people that are currently encircling you. And as you sort of turn around and put your back to Thyra, you see one of them come up and you just back off. No contact is made. Izzy. 11 to hit.
Misses.
And 13 to hit.
Miss.
Much the same thing. You see this one draws a short sword, but it's weird. This one has it like pointing downwards out of his hand, and instead of him, slashing at you, he basically runs up and tries to stab at you. Proper like, is it Friday the 13th style that he does that in, or is it Halloween? One of the two. And you just sort of prop up your arm and stop him right there, as you can see the blade is. Like,
I think it's Halloween.
Yeah, if you're talking about the guy that has like
Halloween.
that comes down like this, yeah, that's Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Friday the 13th is machete.
Yeah,
Right.
machete.
But that is going to end their turn as you watch as the other ones sort of like start sort of encompassing the area, trying to close you guys in. And there are a couple of cheers that come from a bunch of them like, yeah, get him, show him who's boss. But that's their turn. So Wade, you're up.
okay. Let me check my range on this spell before I do it. 60 feet. Okay. I guess I would probably have to see them, so I'll do it over. Okay, I can get like this. So Wade's gonna like put his fingers together, and when he outstretches that, well, he was finishing cracking his knuckles last episode, or yeah, last session, and as he like lets them apart, this webbing comes between both, like all of his fingers, and stretches out, and he whips it over toward this big group that's in front of us.
Okay.
So he's making a webbing that's 20 by 20 feet across. Let me double check the.
It's a 20-foot cube, so you
20
can
foot
get four, basically 4 by 4. So if you want to go ahead and draw on the map where you want your webbing to go. So each creature says.
Is it?
Okay, so nothing happens at the moment. Yeah, nothing happens at the moment, but you watch as you bigger than that.
It's big. Okay.
Add another cube on either side. Yeah,
Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Click it.
I think, right? You know what? For the purposes of this, sure, it's fine.
No, I mean I wanted it bigger, but I wasn't sure.
I think actually that is technically the correct size. No.
Well, because it's supposed to be.
What's
We'll
the
make it
size?
bigger.
20 foot by
Make it
20
bigger.
foot?
It is
Yeah,
a
it's a
20-foot
20-foot cube.
cube.
So you can make it.
Fills
Yeah,
with
that would be
20
right.
Okay, so
I
what it
think-
is
no.
right there is-
No, that, yeah.
Look at the
that
blue
one.
one. The blue one's.
Yeah,
Okay.
4 by
Blue
4.
Yeah, that'll work right there.
Okay, great. So nothing happens at the moment. You just. When you watch as these like long stringy bits of webs just proper Spider-Man style, you know, you just fling out your wrists and they just come outwards and start lazily falling on that area. Yeah, great, awesome.
Awesome. And
I'll remember that.
I passed my wild check, so good there. I think that's all I can do.
Great, cool. Izzy, it's your go.
Okay, I'm going to use a brand new spell. and cast vampiric touch and attempt to vampirically drain the guy who attacked me.
Okay, vampiric touch. What save is that for me?
It is not. It is a melee spell attack.
Oh, sure, great. So go ahead and roll for your attack.
That's a natural 17 plus fucking 6.
That hits.
So I assume that
Hits
hits.
big time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, walk up to the guy, grab his head, and like pull it to the side, and then bite him. Like a
Sure, so go ahead
vampire.
and roll your damage.
Sure. That is not a lot. That is, that's only 7 necrotic.
7 plus damage. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, as you turn around after he's jabbed you and sort of back the knife away, you still hold one of the arm that he has the knife in, and as he sort of looks up at you scared, you just grab like all of his hair and yank him forward, and these like slimy long teeth that are very familiar to all of you begin to come out as he bites into the guy's neck. You feel blood spurt everywhere. It's nasty, but also, you know, it's not too nasty for you.
Characteristic. It's character. It's in character.
He takes a little bit of damage. What would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
That is my action. That is what I'm going to do.
Great.
Nothing else.
It's now the brute's turn. So this one up there, I didn't mean to do that, is going to walk up to you, Thyra, and he's going to attack you twice.
Right.
So the first one is a natural 20,
Sorry, that's we're gonna hit.
and the second one is a 21 to hit.
Doubles hit.
Okay. So on the first one, which was a natural 20, you take 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
So 10.
Are you
Because I'm
raging?
raging. I raged before we ended last session, yes.
Yes, you
Right,
did.
yes, you did. I remember that. That's good for you. And the second one is 9 points of slashing damage. As he just walks up, and you see, like, he's wiping his mouth. He's got a mace in one hand and an axe in another, and he just... The mace seems to, like, clock you right in the shoulder, and it hurts. You almost feel it, like, kind of dislocate a little bit, and then you pop it back into place. And he brings down the axe on the other shoulder, and there's now like a large gash that just perforates all down your bicep. Rough. The rest of them are going to stay where they are and just continue to cheer. I'll say this one moves over there and this one moves over there, but they are in the web. So I gotta do that. Man, these spells are so cool. I love them. So instead of their turn, they have to make
Oh, sorry. I mean, actually click it, but that works.
makes a deck saving throw.
You fool.
Okay. So the first one's deck save is a 14.
I believe that doesn't make it, but I will double check. No, you need a 16.
And the second one is a 14, so they don't move. They are now both considered restrained by the webs.
Awesome.
Okay, that's their turn.
June.
Free. You're up.
Alright. Seeing the one near her, but also the ones that are trapped. Maybe we can get past the point. Free will cast Shatter into this yellow square, which is the perfect size for it.
Perfect.
Awesome
It is
sauce.
a Constitution save.
Okay, so we'll do the thieves first. That's gonna roll. Okay, so the first one was a natural 1,
Yay.
Nice.
and the second rolls an 11,
Fail.
and then the other two at the back rolled off onto my lap. The one rolls a 16,
Pass.
and the other one rolls a 17.
Pass. Okay, so
the
they take
first
half
two take
damage.
full damage. Yep.
So 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 thunder damage.
So 14 thunder damage on the first two. And the back two take 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You conjure the familiar arcane cube in your hands. You sort of put your fingertips together and you feel this like arcane force start building up in your hands. And as you go and push down on it, you just and you watch as the visage of the actual cube itself appears around the others and just crashes inwards. Yeah, they take a fair amount of damage. A couple of them are like holding their ears and like ringing and shaking their heads, but they don't appear to be too weak at the moment.
Okay. Bonus action. I'll look to Thyra, even though she's in her rage, and just go. I think it's about time they learn not to mess with you, don't you think? And use bardic inspiration for her.
Great. So take your inspiration, Thyra.
Is
Speaking
that,
of,
D6?
Yes.
it is now your turn, Thyra. So what would you like to do?
I'm going to attack the one who just attacked me with
Great,
my
so-
axe.
Go for it.
Natural 20.
Woo!
Great. So roll
Well,
your
that
attack.
was dead.
All of the maths while I rage. Hold on. I gotta get to the right page.
Barbarian doing a fucking half-orc.
19, 20,
Thanks.
23 plus 6 is going to be 29 damage.
29 damage.
Jesus.
Do some
Was
maths
that
here.
including your rage damage?
That included my rage damage.
Cool.
Yeah. As you, he's like started to attack you with the mace and the axe. Now he's like squaring you up. You just and bring the axe down the front of his chest. He takes a significant hit, and blood starts to out of the wound as the axe comes down. He's still standing though.
And I'm gonna have to bring it up, but as a bonus action, I am going to wild shape into a black bear. Brown bear?
Okay. Sure. Let me see if I have a bear token that I can use. I think I do.
Dude. Thyra's first time doing this, right?
Yeah?
I'm gonna bring the
Murder,
one out
yeah.
in the very first
murder,
weapon. I'm
murder,
pretty sure it's
murder,
the web
murder,
anyway,
murder,
but
murder, murder.
that's the bramble. That's not the one that I need. Give me 1 second here. I like how all this time Alakian's just like in a temple somewhere.
He's just chilling somewhere.
So, yep, brown bear.
I like to imagine that we switch back to him. He's just like praying and like
Sipping
talking to like
tea.
one of the priests, being like, it's like, this is a very nice temple. You're like, oh, thank you, we take care of it. How long it's been here? Oh, like 300 years. Really, 300? That's really cool. All of a sudden, God damn it!
Okay, I don't think I have a regular bear, so I'm gonna give you an owl bear instead.
Yeah.
But you're still a
She
bear.
being old.
It's still a regular bear.
Yes,
I
I'm
wanna
just
point
a
that
brown
out.
bear.
I'm just
You
a
do
brown
eventually let her be
bear.
brown.
I have no
So,
sympathy.
as you wild
I get no
shape
sympathy.
into the brown bear, I'm pretty sure your size increases.
Yes, is it a lot?
Make sure that you have
Yeah.
the stats up because your stats will now change.
Yes, sorry. Forgot.
Yeah, as you sort of bring the axe down, you look at him and he's still standing, and you just drop it and it onto the ground. As you put your hands down and just concentrate for a second and sort of ride your head. As you look back up, you feel the snout elongate, your hands are now paused, and Wade, you watch as now there is a very large brown bear standing next to you.
I'm friends with a bear.
Great. So anything else you want to do on your turn, Fyra?
Nope. just look intimidating as a bear should.
Awesome sauce. It's now top of the round. It's the thieves' turn. So, these two need to make dex saving throws, or if they're restrained. First one fails. The second one fails. They are both restrained. Good job, Wade.
Ooh, yay.
Very nice. So the one in front of you, Wade, seeing the enormous form of a large brown bear right next to you, goes, "Ah, ah!" and is now going to attack the bear. What's your armor class as a bear?
13.
Okay, well the first one is an 8, so it misses. And the second one is a 19. So the second one does hit. You take 8 points of piercing damage as the sword like grates across the sort of like the back of the rib cage, and a bunch of like
because I'm
bear
raging.
fur just comes off. Sure. Yeah, I'll allow that. Yeah, that's fine. And the second one, as he goes and strikes down again, you just turn and he just like, nope, and starts turning back the way. The two behind you guys, Free and Izzy. The first one's going to attack you, Free, twice.
Okay,
13 to hit.
13 hits.
The
Ooh,
second one
my girl.
is a 12 to hit.
Misses.
So you take 7 points of slashing damage. As he sees you conjure this cube and then shatter on his friends, he's like, fuck, and goes to jab at you. You feel it, the blade almost sort of like cut straight through the bottom of your armpit as you try and evade. And as you sort of like come back down and the blade comes out, there is now of blood on the floor.
All right.
As he pulls it back
I'm
and
going to
misses
use
it.
my reaction then
Great.
for Hellish Rebuke.
Ooh. Is it the first time you've used this?
Yep, I haven't had a chance to use it because I fainted the last time I got hit.
Okay, so he's
Close
gonna
enough to
make a
hit them
dex
back.
save.
So Dex.
His dex save is a 19.
All right. I believe you still take half damage.
You do still
Yep.
take half damage.
5 plus that's 12. Plus another 9. 21.
21
Divided by
points
2.
of damage divided by 2 is rounded down. It's 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And also,
Nice.
because she used her reaction, her new feat kicks in, and the flames surround her in a wreath of fire, and anyone within 5 feet who hits her takes fire damage. The next
Okay.
turn.
So that happens next turn, not with this one, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. Great, yeah. As he goes and tries to jab at your neck, you sort of lean backwards and look back at him, and your eyes are now completely red, pupilless. And as you just go out and point at him, you watch as this flame just all up around him. Yeah, as he tries to back out of it, and back up, the flames just rake across his body. As he, and you see the burn marks come up across the hands and the top of the chest. And as you finish pointing, you go, and the flames that surrounded him now come and sort of circle you. It's pretty fucking badass.
She's angry
Great, so that's
now.
that one.
Just
And then-
just to make it more interesting, though, you realize they can make a strength save to try and break out of the web, right? Because you missed that last time. I didn't know if you read that or not. Just making sure.
It's not their turn yet. They just started their turn, so now they're restrained.
Oh,
They
that's
can
right. You
do
got
that
two
on the
different
next
groups
turn.
over there. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Great, so Izzy, the one next to you, is going to attack you for
Sure
20 to
thing.
hit.
It hits. Bastard. Natural 20 or just 20?
Regular 20. And then 24.
Yeah. Okay.
So you take. Okay. You take 9 points damage on the first one, and 4 points of piercing damage on the second one, as he brings the blade back and just, almost in like an up and down motion, just carves it straight across the chest and then back down along the side of your chest. Hurts.
Okay.
Real bad. Great, but that's their turn. Wait, it's now your go.
Okay. What kind of armor's the dude in front of me wearing?
Looks to be some sort of light armor.
Like a leather or something? Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, then I'm just gonna go ahead and light up a little spark in my hand and pop him with a firebolt. Never mind. I rolled like an 8, I think it is.
Okay, sure. Yeah. As you see him like kind of like menacingly looking back at you, but also like shiftily looking at the big bear, you okay, and he watches it lands at one of the guys' feet by the webbing, and he tries to like pull his leg back, just and can't because the web is catching him. Yeah. You unfortunately missed the fireball. As you are standing here, you hear in the back of your head the familiar voice say, "Wait, buddy, I don't know if we're gonna make it out of this one."
We ain't running from this.
Hey, anything else you want to do on your turn? Mike?
No. That's it.
Great. Izzy, you're up.
All right. So, vampiric touch. It's a concentration spell up to 1 minute, so I can keep doing it until I drop.
So
let's
roll me
roll
two
concentration.
concentration checks.
All right.
Because you got hit twice.
Yes. That is a 10.
Just makes it.
Yeah. And then the second one is a 14.
That also makes it. I think it goes up by
Yay.
1 every time you get hit. So bear that in mind.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. And then, yeah, so I'm going to attack him again.
Cool. So make your spell attack for me.
Okay, so I'm good. That is 19 plus 7. Nope, 6. So I assume that hits.
Yeah, that hits. Yep.
Yeah, cool. Crack die. Fuck, come on. That was, let's see. That is 9 damage, and I recover half of that, so haha!
You do. So you get 4 points of damage back.
Yay.
Yeah, as he pulls the sword backwards from jabbing you all along down the side, you just sort of grab his head and pull him into yours. And as it rebounds, you see him go, and you just, as your mouth opens impossibly wide and then clamps down right on the sides of his neck. It fucking hurts him, but he is still standing.
As I sort of pull my head away, I'm gonna whisper in his ear, like, I'm going to drain you of everything, and push him.
Okay. You don't get any distance because that would be an action, but you push him back a little bit, and he sort of stumbles and gets ready to attack again.
Smiling at him with my bloody teeth.
It is now the brute's turn. Seeing the bear suddenly appear, this one at the back is going to run up to you, Thyra, and it's going to attack you twice. The first one is going to be that's a natural 17, so that's 23 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
And the second one with the axe is a 10 to hit. Nothing.
Does not hit.
So, as the one runs up behind you, you hear him, and you feel the mace just sort of crack right in between the shoulder blades as you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, which is to 4. And your large bear form sort of like sinks a little bit before you get back up again. The one in front of you is going to do the same thing. So the first one with the mace is a 16 to hit.
It's gonna
Sorry, a
hit.
21 to hit.
Either way, it's gonna
Nine.
hit.
And the second one is a natural 20. So with the first one, with the mace, you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. As instead of him cracking you on the back, he grabs the mace and just and goes straight for the front leg, and you feel the knee bone sort of crack outwards, and you sort of have to fall down and pick yourself back up again. As the axe comes down right in between the shoulder blades, you take an additional 16 points of slashing damage. As the axe starts reduced to 8, perforates right in the neckline and sort of catches on the bottom collarbone before he has to. Blood comes all up out of it. It's a nasty hit. Great, so these two at the back are going to make their strength saving throws to try and get out of the web. First one is a 13, which I believe doesn't make it. And the second one is a 23.
That one makes it.
So he is no longer restrained. And
kept
he
him
is
out
now
of the
going
game
to
for a
try and
bit.
get out of the web, which I'm pretty sure he can do because it's only 10 feet of movement. Yeah, great. So that concludes their turn. Free, you're up.
All right. One more shatter, but this time. Oops, wrong button. Right here
Okay.
to clear out if this is debris, as well as hit the two guys that are on either side of me.
Okay. Sure,
Or at least
I'll
one of
allow
them.
that.
Yeah.
So that's a charisma saving throw, right? Or is it con?
Con.
Con saving throw. I know my spells. So we'll do the thief first. The thief rolls a natural 16 plus 0, so 16.
It's still half damage.
And the brute rolls a natural 9 plus 4, so 13.
He takes full damage.
Yeah.
Full damage.
So 16 and 8 for half.
Okay, so 16 and 8.
And that debris there.
And
it says
the debris.
specifically in the spell, non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried also takes damage. So
Yeah,
I
the
figured I could
debris
do that.
just cracks into multiple different splinters of pieces. You watch as the pot above them just sort of off the back wall as the force just propels it outwards. There is now an opening through that way if you choose to go that way. Great. And they did not attack you yet, so... Oh no, I'm sorry, the one thief attacked you last round, so how much damage does he take from the flames of Felis?
3.
3 points of damage. Yeah. Awesome. He is still standing and seems okay.
Okay.
But also this area right here is now clear. Because I don't read the map, so I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Awesome. Thyra, you are up.
I am going to roar like beast style when he's transforming into when he gets hit by that, Gaston dude. I am going to multi-attack the guy in front of me with the red dot.
Okay. So
So
go ahead and
it's
roll
an-
your attacks.
Fine.
What'd you
It's an 18 plus 6 to hit for the bite.
That hits. Yep.
So that's going to be 14 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to claw the same guy.
Go for it. Roll for your attack.
13 plus 6, 19 to hit.
That hits.
6 plus 10 is 16 damage.
16. Nice, yeah. As your large bear form, after taking a barrage of different hits from this guy in front of you and the guy at the back now, you sort of stand up on your hind legs and puff your chest out. And Wade and Free and Izzy, you hear right next to you and behind you this large, like, lumbering figure of just this... As you tear into, like, the top half of the shoulder and the armor, and you pull it back out, a large amount of flesh just comes out with you, and as you... the guy just falls to the ground and does not get back up.
I'm going to turn around to the guy who slammed me in the back and just roar in his face. And I'm going to use my bonus action to heal 6 points.
How are you doing that?
My combat wild shape. As a bonus action, you can expend a spell slot to regain 1d8 hit point per level spell slot expended.
Awesome. So you regain 6 hit points as you feel the wound that's coming up, like right underneath of the that hit the collarbone from the axe. Just starts to heal up a little bit. Great, awesome. It is now the thief's turn. Top of the round. So the one in front of you, Wade, now looking at you, is actually going to attack once at you and once at the bear, as he's now just killed his friend. So the one on you, Wade, a 14.
Misses.
Nice. Yeah, you watch as it makes contact, and actually, like, the very, very tip of the blade starts grazing across the poncho, and you hear this faint little ding, 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 ding.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's almost like wind chimes.
It would have
just
hit,
come across.
but I used my shield from my poncho. I thought I had 15, but I have 14, so he made it. But I used my poncho to shield spell.
Awesome, yeah. So as you see the attack coming in, you just tap on the very shoulder blades of the poncho, and you watch as all the crystals start to, and they come out of the poncho physically and just to make an actual physical barrier in front of you, as the blade, and they start to and return to the position that they were woven into. Super fucking cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then the next attack on you, Thyra, is a 13 to hit.
It's just, that's my armor class, so it's gonna hit.
Awesome. So the bear Thyra, takes a grand total of 9 points of piercing damage, reduced to 4. As he cracks across the shield of crystal, and like kind of like looks confused as the crystal starts to fade away, and Wade, you're just like grinning at him back. He's like, whoosh, and you see like a large perforation appear across Thyra's like front bare, almost like bicep area. That's their turn. Wade, you're up.
Don't you dare. I'm gonna... At this point... I was playing nice, but I'm not gonna play nice anymore. I'm gonna shoot a magic missile at this dude, because I can't trust my fireballs to hit. My fire bolts to hit.
Okay.
Okay,
so...
That is... D4 is that? 3d4? Just a normal one.
It's 3d4 per level.
Yeah.
Or 3d4 for one for first level spell, and then I think it's 44
Alright.
for the next.
8 damage.
8 damage, nice. I believe this one hasn't been hit yet. As you feel the crystal start to fade away and just... You like are looking at this guy after just having hit Thyra, and he turns back to you, and you've... As this large, like, yellowish arcane circle appears in front of you, and out of it, not even coming out around, just straight out of it, as he, like, comes backwards, his hair is like, there's a large scorch mark right up the front of it, as he... Yeah, he's hurt, but still looks okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to do on your turn? Also roll your d20.
Through that, fam. 19. Okay, I'm good.
You're good. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Great. Izzy, you're up. I need you to roll 1 concentration check for your spell.
Sure. Crack die. That is an 11. 9
The
plus 2.
spell fades back into your body.
Okay. I am going to look at Free and go, alright, are we leaving here or what's the plan?
I hope so.
Alright. I will cast Fly on myself
Okay.
as 2 giant wings, it kind of like form out of my back and just flare out. And can I grab free and fly upwards? Or would that be an action to grab her?
Make a strength check for me.
Can do. What's my strength plus athletics or just strength?
Just straight strength.
Damn. Well, actually, that's pretty good. That is a 16.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Disney spins back from free, and you look at the guy ahead of you, whereas now the teeth are starting to fade back up into your jawline. You sort of look at him and just stretch out your back and bring your arms forward, and suddenly these large, fiery black wings start to appear out of the back of your like shoulder blades right by the spine. As you grab Free's hand and just, as they flat little bits of fire just
Yay!
curl off the side of it, and you manage to ascend. I'll say, since you're technically carrying someone, it'll be half your fly speed when you're carrying them.
Well,
So
that's
what is your
30
fly speed?
feet.
So you
It's
manage
60
to get
feet, so
50
that's 30 feet of movement.
You get 15 feet
Well,
up
no,
into the air.
it's 60 feet, so 30 feet of movement.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you get 30 feet into the air. But
Yeah.
the three people next to you are going to make attack opportunities on you. So the two thieves are going to make it on you, and then one on Free.
That's fine.
Alright.
I have more health than free. And a
So,
higher AC.
first guy for you, Izzy. That's technically hot, but I'll allow it. Natural 3 doesn't hit.
Nope.
The second guy was a natural 18.
That hits.
He got a 6. So you take 9 points of piercing damage as the flames start to come upwards, and he's just jabs upwards, and you feel the blade just up into your foot. And you look down, and there is a little bit of the blade protruding out the top of your foot as he brings it back
Oh, shit.
down, and there is like a sudden twin pain right there. Rough. The brute on you, Free, is going to attack once with the mace.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Nice.
He's too distracted by the bear right in front of him. He's like,
The
no
bear and the
connection at
sudden
all.
demonic creature that just spreaded wings. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot happening right here.
Could I
So-
get free onto a roof?
I'll
I don't know how high these
say
buildings are.
on your next turn you probably could,
Okay.
but not on this turn. Okay, Izzy, that's your turn. It's
That
now
was
the
my
brute's
turn.
So the brute behind you, Thyra, is going to attack you twice.
Okay.
First one with the mace. 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
Second one with the axe. 15 to hit.
Will hit.
You take 11 points of slashing damage, reduced to 5. As he's like looking up at Free, and like looking back at you, and you're like staring at him, and just, and you feel like the condensation from your breath start to hit him in the face. As the axe starts to cleave just behind the back of the ear, and it hits the skull, and he has to rake it backwards. Rough, real hurts. As he like rakes it backwards and actually falls to the ground because it's so like he's starting to get a little bit tired here, but he starts bringing both of the weapons back up. Right, this one is going to make his strength saving throw. Also, Wade, remember that web is technically concentration, so I'll make you roll concentration from now on.
Okay, yeah, I haven't been hit yet since then, so I should be
Right,
able to.
yeah. I'm sorry. He fails his strength saving throw. As this one up here is going to start to run up to you, Thyra. He gets 25 feet behind the body of his friend. This one is going to move up this way. This one's going to move up this way. These two are going to start closing in on the other two of you. And this one is going to start closing in as well. Great, that's their turn. Free. You're in the air. 30 feet above them. What would you like to do?
Yep. I'm going to throw a healing word down to Thyra.
Go for it.
Yay!
6.
So yeah, Thyra, you feel the word of free start to resonate inside the back of your head, and your wounds start to seal up a little bit more.
Let's see. That was my bonus action. I'm 30 feet above them. Can't do that. Can do that. I will use vicious mockery on the brute beneath me
Okay.
and just yell down to him and be like, "Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, asshole."
Sorry. Do that.
Fair enough. So that's a cantrip, so it's a wisdom save.
save.
That's a big ol' 11.
Fail. Takes 4 psychic damage.
4 psychic damage. Yeah, as you lace the insult and feel the magic take place to your words once again, you feel him look up at you like, fuck you! Yeah, great, so you don't have movement because you're in the air.
Nope.
That's your turn. Thyra, you're up.
I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. I'm going to, give this guy a little smooch and then claw him.
Right, so roll your attacks.
So that's going to be a dirty 20 to hit with the bite and
That
a
hits.
16 to hit with the claw.
That also hits.
So that'll be 8 for the bite and 12, 13, 14, 15 for the claw.
Yeah, as you bring the claw down on him, you watch as it kind of like cuts right across the top of the leg, and he like twinges in pain and starts to lean forward. As you grab him by the shoulder blade in your teeth and just and hit him right against the side of the wall right next to you and let go. As he like stumbles backwards, he's hurt, but he's still okay.
I'm debating if I want to use another spell slot.
As a note, this is your last turn of rage. Or sorry, next turn is your last turn of rage.
Rage lasts a minute. Has it been 6 rounds?
It's been 5. This is your 5th round.
Okay.
It's 10 rounds.
Oh yeah, it's 10 rounds because every round is 6 seconds.
10 rounds isn't.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
That's okay. I've got more rages anyways. Yeah, no, that'll be my turn. Can I kind of? No, there's not enough room. I want to get between. I want to occupy the space that Free and Isabel just took. But I know that that'll also kind of occupy. Wait.
If you do that, you will push Wade out of the way. Because you're a larger creature, so Wade will be pushed downwards.
Which is fine.
Well, that I don't have control of the token.
Shit, you're right. So there you go. It's you move down.
Yeah.
The way it gets pushed like right here.
The way it gets pushed right there.
Man, guys, this chai tea's really good over here.
Ooh, what is this? It's called boba. Oh.
Great. That's your turn, Thyra. It's now the thieves' turn. So, let me think here. Yeah, the one who was attacking you, Wade, is going to attack you again twice.
Okay.
First one's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
The second one's a 16 to hit.
I will use a first level spell to shield.
Okay, so roll your d20.
Yes. Got a 2. So I'm good. Just barely.
Yeah, so you take 7 points of piercing damage. As the large bear form just thump, thump, and he sort of like has to move out of the way a little bit to get by, and just sort of turns to you and as the sword sort of like comes straight across the just underneath of your pectoral right here, as a large gash just opens up, and as he pulls it back around and goes to swing again, you and your familiar arcane barrier catches the blade right underneath where the pommel hits. And his hand is stuck there, and as it fades, he sort of pulls it back and starts ready to attack again. These two up here are going to attack you, Thyra.
Okay.
So the first one is 13 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
And the second one is a 15 to hit.
Yep.
So you take 9 points of damage, reduced to 4. And that's terrible. That's just awful, is what that is. 4 points of damage, reduced to 2. From the first guy. As he cuts right underneath of the chest of the bear, as it jams real quick. The next one's going to do the same thing. 17 to hit.
Yep.
And 9 to hit.
Yep.
So you take 8 points of piercing damage, reduced to 4. As this one just jams straight up and sort of catches you. He's like jammed straight forwards, but aims a little bit low. And it's almost like where your bare wrist is. As he jabs straight there and pulls it back, fur just goes everywhere. Starting to look kind of hurt a little bit there. This one back here is going to shoot at you, Izzy.
Yay.
It's a 12 to hit.
Haha, misses.
And this one back here, who's the only one who really has a good sight on you, is also going to shoot at you. 18 to hit.
Fuck. That hits.
You take 9 points of piercing damage.
God damn it.
As a small crossbow bolt just suddenly strikes you right in the
shit.
shoulder blade. As you sort of pull backwards and turn around and look at him, he's like got a crossbow there and looking around, starts ducking back towards cover right here. That's their turn. Wade, you're up.
Really quick, I rolled for my Constitution. I realized I got hit last turn and we didn't roll. I got a 15. I assume that makes it, but I'm not sure.
Yes, you're fine.
Constitution
So your
check,
concentration's now on an 11, I'll say, because I haven't been keeping track.
Okie dokes. All right, so Wade is gonna try and throw another firebolt at the guy right in front of him.
Okay.
Oh, yes, that's much better. That's it's like a 20 something.
You hit.
Okay, so 7 damage.
7 damage. Nice, yeah. As you conjure the firebolt in your hand, you just... And seeing him, like, ready to dodge, you're just like... And push it right against his face. As he, like, starts to, like, singe back from the burning. He's like, fuck, what the fuck? As you just put your hand out and start looking at him again. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I really wish I had more things I can do on a turn, but I think that's it. So
Awesome. Izzy, you're up.
I'm going to move free into a roof.
Okay, I'll say buildings here aren't crazy bad. I'll say it'll take 15 feet of your movement, just straight up, no penalty, to get onto this roof over here.
Yeah, I'll drop her, and then I have another 45 feet of movement, because I'm no longer carrying her, and I just have 60 feet of fly speed.
Right there. So yeah, you have 45 feet of movement.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll just make this one square open. I know it's got water there, because I didn't think you guys would be rocking around with roofs, but whatever. It's a roof.
Oh, what just happened? Oh, okay.
So you can get there and back, and that's your 30 feet, and you've got another 30 afterwards.
Okay, then I'm going to fly over here straight. That would be 25 feet of movement. And I'm going to yell.
So this would be 30, and then that'd be 10. So you've got 20 feet of movement left.
Okay, well then I'm going to yell at Wade to be ready, because I'm going to swoop in and grab him my next turn, so I have extra, so I can have some more movement, so I can get in there and get out quickly.
Okay. Cool.
Actually, before I do that, could I try and get Chaos to say that for me?
How would you like to do that?
I would like to ask Chaos to tell Wade to grab me when I get close to him.
Is this using your next invocation?
Yes, I'm using my invocation. I haven't used it. I haven't had a chance.
Great. Wade, as you are standing here fighting, you feel something flutter above your head, and all of a sudden something speaks to you in the back of your head. You hear, "Get ready, we are coming." That's it.
Okay.
Izzy, that's your turn. It's now the brute's turn. So the one in front of you, Thyra, is going to attack twice.
Mhm.
Nope. That's a 10. That's a 13 to hit with the axe.
It makes it.
It's nothing. You take 7 points of slashing damage as the axe just rakes across your belly from the side. You feel like the cut kind of like open, and like it's rough. There's like you almost feel the insides of your stomach start to push outwards to the edge of your skin, but they're not coming outwards. It's a nasty cut. This one's going to move up here and try and block you off there, and this one's going to try and move up here and block you off there. The bear is the main priority to these guys. That's their turn. Free, it's your go.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure because it glitched again. So I'm on the roof. I can see them below. Would you say they're 30, 40 feet below me?
They're about 30 feet below you. I'll say you can just, if you lean over the side, you can just about get your 30 feet spells in range. But only with these guys right, like here, on this row.
Okay. I will shout another healing word to Thyra.
Okay.
9 this time.
Yeah, Thyra, you hear Free shout her healing word, and that same wound that was on your stomach starts to sift back upwards. Your intestines are now no longer starting to risk being out.
And then just in general being like, I think it's time we go, guys. Hopefully that everyone agrees.
Okay, great. Thyra, it's your go.
I'm going to attack the brute that I've been attacking. Make him a kiss. And a claw. I'm gonna use my inspiration. That's gonna be 13 to hit with the bite.
13. As you go and reach forward and try and bite him across the side of the midsection so that you can pull him backwards, you feel the bottom teeth sort of graze against the arm as he just backs away in time.
Okay. And then the claws is going to be a 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Six, 5, 11, plus 6, 17 damage with the claws.
Yeah. As you see the brute sort of back away, you rise up and just pin him to the ground with your giant paw, and you just, you know how when cats are on top of you and they put their paw down on you and then you think everything is good and then suddenly their claws come out? That's basically what you're doing to him. As you push your bare paw down and then the claws start just digging in and you start dragging him towards you, you watch as he almost like drops his weapon and just starts hammering on the claw on the like giant top paw. As you pull backwards, he's now under you and starts scrabbling to get out. He's looking really fucking rough. Super rough.
So you said this debris was cleared?
That is clear, yeah.
I'm too big to fit through there in my form right now, right?
At this current point in time, yes.
All right. That'll be my turn.
Okay, great. Top of the round. The two next to you are going to attack you. First one's a natural 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
And a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
Hey, Equa, you remember when you complained that you never hit us?
Yeah, I
4 nat
gave these guys a lot of
20s.
attack.
That one guy.
Well, that one wasn't natural 20. That was unnatural.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay, I thought it was nat. Sorry.
No. So you take in total 9 points of slashing damage reduced to 4, and 6 points of slashing damage reduced to 3 from the first guy. I'm sorry, Alakian. This is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would for you guys to disengage.
That's fine. Great.
Right to the
The
death.
second guy is another unnatural 20 and a 10.
10 is not gonna hit.
You take another 6 points of slashing damage. As they almost like tag team each other, you go. 3 of the impacts seem to like cut in little nicks across the top of in the front of your arms. And the last one, as it's coming towards you, you just bring your bear paw up and just and sort of hit him
Mama-
across the chest. No
Mama
damage.
Bear's looking
Like,
rough,
it's
but she's still standing.
awesome. This one next to you, Wade, is going to attack you twice. With a 9 and a 14 to hit.
14 does hit. Give me 1 second. I'm thinking. This is the top of the round. Okay, I will shield.
Okay, so roll your d20.
See if the blessing of this dice worked. Okay, it didn't, but it's a 6, so I'm okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, as his pommel like hand is caught right there off the shield, as it fades, he sort of comes back. As the like first strike seems to almost cut right down the side of your neck, but you just barely dodge out of the way. And as he's coming back straight up to you, you and sort of put your hands back as a reactive instinct. And suddenly the blade is actually piercing through the shield, but caught there. You just see the very tip coming through, and he tries to yank it out, and it won't come. And as you, the shield fades, and he brings the blade back again. This one down here is going to attack you free. You're behind a ledge, so I'll give you half cover for this. Doesn't matter. He rolled a natural 4, so that'd be 12 with your half cover.
Okay.
As he reloads the crossbow, and you watch as it comes towards you, and you like sort of like instinctively react back, but it just hits the very top of the ledge and down back into the alleyway. That's their turn. Wade, you're up.
Okay.
Yes, that guy's free.
We're trying to run, huh?
It's above you. It's just
Ira's-
swooping down to grab you.
Ira is a raging bear, though. So my idea is not a smart one, so I'm not actually going to do that. Shit. You know what? Maybe I
Do
will.
it. Do it.
Might buy us a couple rounds. No. I'm just going to... Shit. I am going to just firebolt this guy in front of me again. Shit.
Okay.
You should have done it, Wade. You should have done it.
I don't know how many of them are weak enough. I was gonna put some to sleep, so that it'd be like a couple people out of commission for like a minute, but that's a 17. Actually,
17 hits.
sorry, that's a 20 total. Didn't realize
That
how
also
high
hits.
my thing was. So that's 13 damage.
13 damage. Nice. Nice, dude. Yeah, as he pulls the sword back, you see the opening as he's like coming backwards to ready, and you just shoot the fireball towards him, and almost like drifts towards him and then explodes into a lot of smaller fireballs that just sort of rest on his armor like little fairies, just and start singeing him. He sort of like is looking rougher right now, but he's still looking at you.
Damn, this dude's panky. Okay.
They've all got HP.
Yeah.
Right. So wait, that's your turn. Izzy, you're up.
It's a bonus action to take a potion, right?
It's usually an action, but it
Usually an
depends on how you
action
want to
because
play
this
it.
is a homebrew campaign. I will say I personally prefer the bonus action roll, so we're going to do the bonus action roll.
Cool.
Hey, so Isabel's going to take it then, because she's very, very, and that is 5. So now
Okay.
I have slightly more health.
Yeah,
So
as you
it's down
sort
to
of pop off the
15.
cap and down the potion, you feel a longer, lashier tongue start to sift out of your mouth and lick your lips.
Alright, I'm gonna swoop down towards Wade, grab him, and try to get up
Okay,
onto
so-
the nearest roof.
So
This
you
one
have
here.
2 movement. I will say it's 30 feet to get up and down. You can get back to where you were. I'll say because you had 20 feet left in the last round, you could have gotten a little bit lower. So I will allow you to get an extra 10 feet if you just park yourself below the top of the building.
Could I
So I'll say you
could
can just
I
about make
use
it.
Could I use my action to dash? With my action to be to grab him.
Oh no, you can use your action to dash. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna action to dash. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna sort of land on the ground and force him to lie down so people can't see him.
Okay, sure. Yeah. As you do so, Wade, you feel something come from the back of your, like, in your peripheral, and Izzy's hand just grabs the back of your poncho and starts lifting you out of the air. The guy in front of you is going to take his attack of opportunity. That's a unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Yeah,
He doesn't happen to have like a -1, does he?
he does not.
Okay.
So you take 8 points of slashing damage as he's like watching you come up, and he has to like, what? Ugh. And sort of jumps and cuts you right in the back of the shin.
Okay.
It's gonna sting for a while afterwards. But you are now on top of the roof. I'll say we'll give you a nice little polygon reveal right there. Wait, that's not it. Hold the phone. Right there. That's where Wade is. Okay. So Izzy, now that you've dashed, I'll say you have another 60 feet of movement.
Okay. I can't. I'd assume I can't lift Thyra in bear form.
If you wanted to roll a strength check, you could try.
I am going to not do that. I am, however, going to fly to the other roof beside Free.
Okay.
Yeah, and then sort of lie down so they can't see me.
Okay. Great. Use your action, so sure, it's fine. Okay, so that's Izzy. It's now the Brute's turn. The one in front of you, Thyra, is going to attack you twice. First one with the mace is a natural 20. You've got a different modifier though, so it's fine. The second one is a natural 3, so it does not hit. So the first one, you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. As he's still like down on the floor and scrounging back to regain his footing, as he just grabs the mace and as you feel the
Very
bottom of your
good.
jaw just crack upwards and your teeth hit each other, and as you fall to the ground and sort of start packing yourself back up again, you feel the form shift back into what is regular Thyra. Where did I put you? Right there. I'll say, just for you, because I'm feeling nice, I'll put you right there. So you're not technically in range of the other two. This is the DM being nice.
We love you, DM.
So much. Great. So, that's his turn. This one's going to walk up and attack you twice.
Okay.
First one is a natural 3, does not hit. The second one is a natural 15, so that's plus 6, 21. That does hit. You take 7 points of slashing damage as he runs up to you, and the mace sort of hits the ground, and you feel some of the brickwork just crack a little bit. And as he's pulling it back, he reaches upwards with the axe and just carves up the side of your leg. Yeah, you are now being flanked by a large group of people. I'll say that's their turn. Free, you're up.
Oh, fuck. Okay, seeing Thyra shift back, Breeze could look at Izzy and be like, Thyra's back! And again, cast
Thumbs
another
up.
word on her.
Okay.
On Thyra?
Yep. Another 9.
Yeah, Thyra, as you are standing here, you feel the familiar word from Free back up at the on top of the roof, and you look down at your leg, and it is just completely healed over.
And then action, I will, I guess, use vicious mockery on the one below me again.
Okay. So that's a charisma saving throw.
Gonna end this man's entire career.
No,
Horrible. He rolled a
wisdom,
6.
wisdom.
He rolled a 7.
All right, so he takes 4 psychic damage.
4 psychic damage? What do you
Yep.
say to him?
Oh God. Oh fuck. Was he the one that just missed Thyra?
He was the one that Thyra had pinned down. And
Okay.
was like coming back upwards.
Okay. Oh fuck. You looked better as bear food, I guess.
Okay, sure. You look down at him and say the insult, and your eyes sort of glare at him as he feels it take contact, and he's like, "I want that shit."
Oh no!
Ground dead.
Oh no! Free just killed someone.
Is that the second murder? Is it the second time she's killed
Yeah,
someone?
the first one was the animal. This is the person.
Okay.
Oh, you got really loud there
Awesome.
for a second.
You got
So
really
that's-
loud there for a second.
That's Free's turn. Thyra, you're up.
Well, my rage is now gone since I think this is round 10 of my rage.
I think this is round 8, so I think you
is
still
it?
have it. Yeah. It's not quite round 10 yet. It's close though.
Alright, well, I'm gonna drop my rage.
Okay.
I am going to move through the dead guy into the
Okay.
alleyway.
Great. So these two get attacks opportunity on you.
That's fine.
First one, the brute rolls a natural 3. As he
Not
sees
gonna hit.
you revert back to form, and his friend just like falls to the ground dead. He's like, and you just dodge straight past him. He's too enraged to deal anything. The other guy, what's a natural 3 to hit? As he has the short sword ready and just, you basically like proper ninja warrior this thing as you and start running down the alleyway.
So I was here, right? Here.
You
Sorry,
were
the
right
grid doesn't.
there.
So I'm gonna move here to within 15 feet of my 30 movement. I'm gonna pull out the scroll that Alakian gave me,
Oh shit.
and I'm going to start reading the words and clasping my necklace. And I am going to cast. Hold on, I've got to roll for it. Yep, it's a DC 12. I did a 14. I'm going to cast a moonbeam right here.
Oh shit.
Okay. So your moonbeam hits right where the box did, right there. Okay. Free. Izzy, wait. As you are sort of lying on the top of the roof, trying to evade any shots that might be fired your way, Free in particular, you notice as you are like lying there looking up into the sky, there's this gentle beam of comes from behind you, and you look over, and there is this silvery pale light that is just now emanating straight from the alleyway that you had busted open. Right? What were you saying, Clara?
And I'm gonna use the rest of my 15 feet movement to keep going back around the house.
Okay. Awesome. So, top of the round. It's the thieves' turn. This one is going to move up to here and attempt to cut you off. This one is going to do the same thing. This one is an idiot, and he's going to try and go through the moonbeam.
He has to make a Constitution saving throw.
He rolled a 7. So go ahead and roll your damage.
New spell, who dis?
2d10 radiant damage.
Yep. So it is going to be 12 damage.
12 damage.
And if it's a shape changer, they change it. Which I don't think it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
and I
sees
can
the
move
beam
it!
and watches you run forward and like start running backwards and cast it, and he just starts taking off after you and tries to run through the beam. As he hits it, this like intense cylinder of like palish silvery moonlight is hitting him, and you watch as he runs up and just starts to try and push through, and then stumbles back outwards. No, he's not trying to go through that again. Great. That's that's their turn. Wade, you're up.
Okay. First thing Wade's gonna do, he's gonna throw a firebolt over at the web he initially casted.
Awesome.
Ooh.
So I don't know if you want me to even roll to see if I can hit it or what.
Sure. Roll to hit it.
The 15.
Yeah, I would have put the AC of the web at like a 5, so you can pretty easily hit that. So everyone in that web
Takes 2d4.
takes 2d4 fire damage. So roll your 2d4.
Not bad. That's 5.
Okay, sure. So that guy has not been hit at all. So he's 5. Yeah, as you go and conjure the fireball, you almost don't even look. You just you wait and listen for a second, and you hear a fuck, shit, fuck, get out! As they just sort of like start to try and run away from it. The two of them are still restrained, and I have been rolling checks for them. They haven't fucking got out of it yet. This one is just.
I think it burns away. The web will burn away in like a round.
Yeah,
when
it's
on
completely
fire.
gone. It's gone now, but they stay there. So yeah, they take a little bit of damage. They don't look too bad. Great. Anything else you want to do on your turn, Wade?
I just duck back behind the thing. So, Isabel and Free are on the other roof from me, right? Shit. Okay.
Yes.
Is Izzy carrying Free at the moment?
No,
Or any-
not at the moment.
No.
Okay.
I just flew over to the other side because it was
Wait.
closer to grab fire.
Wade will try and like kind of hide behind the edge of the building a little bit more, and yeah, that's it.
Great. Okay. Wait, that's your go. Izzy, it's your turn.
Cool. I will fly 20 feet above Thyra. I'll just put myself next to her so it's easy. We'll fly down, scoop her up, and then dash to get her onto this roof here.
Okay. Sure, I'll allow it.
Yay!
Yeah, Thyra, as you are running, you sort of turn the corner and you see two more people start running up to try and cut you off, and then suddenly you hit. As Izzy just grabs you from the like top of the back of the bear pelt and just yanks you upwards. You are now also on the roof.
Thanks for yeeting me.
Hey,
Very much.
I'm happy to oblige.
Okay, yeah, Izzy, as you drop Thyra, you start to hear them say, "They're on the roofs, go get them!" And a couple of doors start opening.
Alright. What else can I do? You know?
Hey, Izzy, bring me over there. Whoa, my voice changed. That was weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Get the boss in.
to the
Welcome
You
to
went to the
Boston.
goblin from Vandelver.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what
I
just happened.
switched weight into the
This is
goblin.
what happens when I do too many voices.
Hey, Izzy, take me onto that roof too.
My brain scatters. Oh, you're not all on the same roof anymore, motherfucker. Okay.
Nope.
Great.
I
So
am gonna
is he?
fly. My remaining. I have 40 feet left. I'm gonna fly 35 of them and get back to that roof and land again because I really don't want to get shot. Because I have
Okay, great.
no health.
Sure. It's now the brute's turn. He watches all of them start dipping off into other areas. Can I get these two because they're brutes? These two start going over there. This one seems to go into this building, as does this one. These two start running over this way. That one actually tries one of the locks on the door and can't get anywhere with it, realizing that it's locked and just gives up. This one runs back this way, seeing that. Everyone's starting to fan out. Free, you're up.
Can I tell Free to jump to the building next to her, like this one?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell
Oh,
her.
no,
to do
no, no, don't. There's
Not
a
across
moonbeam
the
there.
moonbeam.
There's a
There is
moonbeam right
there is
there.
another opening right here if you wanted to take it.
that. Yeah, another open. Yeah. So
Okay. First healing word on Izzy. Our
Okay.
last
Thank you.
spell.
I have less than half my health left.
That is another 9.
Oh, thank goodness.
My D4s are being nice today.
You needed it.
Then sure, let's try and jump the roof. This
That's
is a
only a
bad
5-foot
idea.
gap. It's a 5-foot gap. It's not.
Okay, make acrobatics check for me.
It's ability check, right?
Yes. so
Oh
it's a disadvantage.
no!
Yup.
Yup.
Yup. I rolled an 8.
Okay. What's
Can
your
I
dex
use
score?
my Oh, never mind. Go for it. I
What
don't
is your
have
dex
spell.
score?
A 2.
Okay.
So 14.
Yeah, as Izzy tells you to go and run, you're like, you sit up,
Bad idea.
and you catch yourself on the ledge, but you are now dangling there. You not quite
Oh,
make it.
Jesus. that was great. Okay.
So that's 15 feet of your movement.
Fuck.
Also,
I
this
guess I
guy's
will
not
just
tracking back.
fall.
Okay.
My strength is that there's no way in hell she's pulling herself up.
So you drop to the ground.
Yep.
I'll say you can have 5 feet of movement left because I don't know the rules on dropping.
Alright.
Just drop.
I will just go there.
Because it takes time to drop. And because it's a 20 feet, 25 feet high, it's a d6 per 10 feet fallen, so you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall down and don't quite stick the landing, and your ankles kind of buckle, and you kind of have to, like, you fall and land on your ass a little bit and have to start picking yourself up and running away. But other than that, you're okay. Thyra, what you doing?
Well, Isabel screwed what I was gonna do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should I get anyone to safety?
I can see the two guys from the roof. These two guys here.
Yeah, you can see him.
And it's a 30-foot drop. Alright, I'm going to move my moonbeam. They're gonna get free. Decisions. Okay, I'm going to move my moon. No, I'm not. I lied. I don't know what I'm doing. everything just went to.
Your 6 seconds are running out. What you doing,
I'm
Fyra?
going to turn into a spider and climb down the building.
Okay, so a spider has a movement of 20 feet. I'll say you can get to the point where you are 10 feet off the ground, right here. Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just trying to go
Yes.
for it? So go ahead and
I'm
make a stealth
trying-
check as a spider.
I have to
That
find
mod
the
is-
spider.
I think it's got a stealth bonus of +4, if I'm not mistaken.
So a spider really have to make a stealth check? It's a spider.
Yes, it does.
That's okay. It's a natural 20.
Okay, sure, yeah. You watch as you start to shrink down, and there is a vague, like, as the guys down on the ground seem to notice that you have changed, and are like looking up as your spider legs just, and they're still looking on top of the roof, trying to find you. Yeah, you are hidden. Okay, top of the round. He's gonna get right there. And he's gonna get right there. This guy is going to run all the way around and come into the building. This guy is not gonna try the moonbeam again. So he's gonna move right there. This guy's gonna move off to the side. That's this guy. This guy's gonna go this way, knowing that he's being called over there. These ones. So over here. This one goes down this way. Okay. That's all they're gonna do. Free, you watch as 2 of the other men start running up and just readying their swords, blocking off both of your exits.
Okay.
Wade, you're up.
Okay, can I see this guy that's in front of Free to the left there from my angle? You say? Yeah, I'll do an arrow so you. Would I be able to see that guy or no?
I don't think you would be able to, no.
Okay. Well, shit. I'm trapped on a roof and I can't do nothing.
You can move off the roof if you like.
Either. So I'm going to.
I feel like a Lakin's getting like a massage or something right now.
Yeah.
100%.
Sucks. I'll just
You get to feel it, you know.
Which one of these guys is the one I was shooting earlier or firing my firebolts at earlier? Or did he die?
He ran off to the left, I'll say. Oh no, sorry, he ran off to the right because he was right here, so he would be this one.
Okay, perfect. I would like to cast, throw another firebolt at him.
Go for it.
Okay.
My climb speed is 30 feet.
Okay. So you get to the ground basically, right there. I'll say.
23 total
'Kay, that hits.
and 11 damage.
11 damage. As you conjure the fireball and sort of like lazily poke your head up and start looking around to survey the scene, you see all of them have started to flee, apart from that one guy who's running down the alleyway that to the right of the movie. You're like, okay.
Yeah, hits
As
him
you start to
square.
burn a hole in the back of the armor.
Yeah.
He's looking very, very rough.
He's not dead, mother. Okay. I'm just gonna. Wade's gonna take a couple steps back just so that he's further from the ledge, making it harder to hit him. Hopefully.
Okay, I'll reveal the rest of the roof to you because I mean I'm not hiding anything anymore now that you all know that there's water back there. So that one's fine.
It's a giant swimming pool. How rich is the city?
Yeah, I'll just do that one for now.
Okay. And that's my turn.
Okay. Izzy, you're up.
Okay, I am going to spend 30 feet of my fly speed. 35, actually. Grab a Lakian, grab fucking Wade, and dash from here to fucking over there. Over here, which is as far as I can get.
Okay, sure. So you both get
Yeah.
to on this roof right there, I'll say.
Yep.
As a note, I forgot this as well, because this is a concentration spell. Next time you get hit, you'll have to roll a concentration check. For fly.
We should create like a symbol.
We're all new to level 5.
We should create like a
I should
symbol that
really.
we use for concentration.
It's just because I forgot when reading the spell. That's it. But that's fine. Great, so that's your turn, Izzy, unless you want to use your action.
I'm back.
You still have your action if you want to use it.
Dashed, so I don't.
Fair enough. So that's your turn.
Yeah.
It's now the brute's turn, and you watch from this roof as 2 of them start coming up onto the roof from there. I'll say this one's back down on the floor somewhere. You don't see him yet. All the rest of them seem to disappear off into various places, so I'm going to put him back up. You are not sure where the rest of them are. Okay. They are not in melee, so they cannot deal damage to anyone. Free. Your go.
All right. Okay. She will do something stupid. She's going to step forward and call out to the rest, being like, okay, fly the fuck out of here, and then put her hands up to the guy and be like, look, I don't know if this is gonna work, but we were after Vija in your place yesterday. You want to talk about it? Let's talk. And she's going to try and parlay with them. The one in
Make a
front of her.
persuasion check for me.
Okay, disadvantage, but please roll well. That's okay. I have a 9 in persuasion, so it's still an 18.
Okay. This was rough, because you were in combat with them and you killed his friend.
Yep.
But he still has his mission. You watch as the short sword is still kept tight, and he starts walking towards you with his hand outwards.
He keeps her hands
to
up.
get ready to grab you.
Yep. Just hands up, no weapons in hand.
Great. Thyra, it's now your go.
I'm gonna stay hidden and see where this goes, but I am going to hold a web attack for if Free gets attacked.
You're just a regular spider?
I'm a giant spider.
Okay. What does your web attack do?
Web, it's just a ranged attack against one person. It restrains them if they're hit by it.
Okay. Okay. Surprisingly enough, the giant spider that now came across the side of the roof was not hidden, or was hidden from the 2 thieves who have now caught up on Free and still seemingly do not notice you. Fair enough.
Well, and yeah, to roll the stay hidden, it's 12 plus 7.
Well, you wouldn't be able to roll to stay hidden because you're holding your action.
So yeah, if somebody attacks Free, I'm gonna web them.
They seemingly do not notice you anyway. Okay, it's their go. This one's going to come up and attempt to restrain you, Free.
I will let them do it.
Okay, yeah. You watch as he grabs your hand and starts pulling it backwards and meeting your other hand and starts dropping the sword and pulling out a rope. He's now going to try and essentially grapple you. 1 check is done for free.
Okay.
The other one is going to come up and help. 2 checks done.
Okay.
This one comes up to the roof. Is going to take a shot at you, Izzy.
Fuck.
It's a
Yep,
natural
on the
20.
roof.
Oh,
Oh,
god.
shit.
Fucking eat fucking dicks.
Okay. You take 11 points of piercing damage.
That's not bad. It's not
Roll a
good.
concentration
It's
check
not
for me.
bad. That is a 17.
You're fine. Yeah, as he runs up and out of the door, so looks around. He watches the arrow perforates right where the fiery wing is coming out of your back, and you feel it sort of twinge in pain. And Wade, you watch as the wing just spasms a little bit before Izzy reaches around and pulls it out. There's actually a spray of fire instead of blood, and you drop it on the ground. Great. This one, you're gonna run up 30 feet. And all the others disappear into various buildings. Alright. Wade, you're up.
How tall is this building?
About 25 feet.
That would
Smash it into there.
be 6 falling. How high up? So this is there anything down below that I can that's left that I can land on, or did all of it get destroyed by Free? Below me?
All of it got destroyed. And also there is now a large moonbeam that is still just...
Yeah.
I'll say up on this top side, if you really wanted to go for it, this might support your fall. It's difficult to tell.
Doesn't get me close enough. All right. Vision. One last thought before I go ahead and commit. Okay. Yeah. Wade is going to walk up to the edge. So that's 10 feet. Hang from it and drop down to try and like lessen his fall as much as he can. You know, like hang and then let go.
Make an acrobatics check for me.
Awesome. 11 plus. So difficult. I need a third monitor. 4, so 15.
Okay. I'm gonna give you half of 1d6. for that.
Ooh.
Okay, so it was a 5, so that'd be reduced to 2. So you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as
Okay.
you drop to the ground behind Free.
6. Cool. All right, and then he's gonna twin spell invisibility. Boop, boop. Himself and her.
Roll your d20.
5. 19. Okay.
Okay. You both go invisible, but they are still holding Free.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I am
you're
aware.
a ninja now.
But you know, if she breaks free of that, I'll have disadvantage.
Yeah, Free, as you are like, you turn around, sort of facing the moonbeam, and are now getting your hands tied behind your back, you see Wei just... Boop. You're both gone. You hear like some sort of confusion from behind you, they're like, what? And someone like pokes you in the back in a number of places just to make sure that you're still there.
And then
But they still have you.
Yep.
that's my turn.
Okay, Izzy.
Just let me check the range of the thing. Okay. They're both grabbing her?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just check.
Well, technically one of them is grabbing her, but one of them started and one of them is now holding.
Which one's holding her?
We'll say this one because they came last.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast and fire now 2 different bolts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll for both
and
attacks.
both at that guy. Oops, that fell. So that is a That is a 18 to hit.
Hits.
And a non-unnatural 20. So
Hits.
20
So roll
altogether.
both
So
D12,
D10s. It's 2 D10s. 1 D10 for each. Yeah. Ooh, that's really, really good. That's 14 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, as you lean over the side, you and fling both balls at this guy. You feel him like one of them hits him in the head, and one of them hits him in the chest as he reels back. And just spikes are left still sticking out of the top of his eyebrows. One of them is actually caught in his eyelid. It looks really painful. He takes a hit.
Does he drop the ropes for a second?
I'll say yes, he does. He drops the ropes and they start to fall limp.
I am going to lay flat so that no one can shoot me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Because I have really low health and I need to take care of myself.
Alright, it's the brute's turn. This one is going to use 20 feet of his movement to get there, and he's going to make a check to get over. Natural 19. He's over, but he cannot get to you just yet. This one is going to do the same thing. 20 feet over there. Natural 8. Wait.
Okay.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
What? I don't get a
As
chance
a
to
guy-
dodge.
You don't even see him.
Okay.
As the guy just suddenly... As you fall to the ground, he takes 8 points of damage. He actually was not hit yet, believe it or not. He takes 8 points of damage as he's now like sitting on your back, but seemingly doesn't quite realize it. Now he's just in an alleyway with two of his friends. I'll say for the purposes of this, he gets pushed out here.
I
you
cast,
get
or I
there.
didn't cast. I'm sorry. I got a 14 on my con save for the
You're good.
invisibility. Okay, cool.
Okay. Free. You're up. You're invisible.
Am I still slightly bound? Do I need to break free?
I will say that they didn't get the entirety of the thing off, and they are not currently grappling you, since Izzy basically hit the guy. So, for the purposes of this, they are not currently grappling you.
Okay. She's gonna book it past this guy, I guess, and just run.
Okay, he's going to get an attack of opportunity on you at disadvantage.
Yeah.
He got a 17 and an 18.
Yeah.
Oh. Rough. Don't die, Free. We love you.
4 points of piercing damage. He rolled
Okay.
bare minimum.
That's
As he
probably-
sees like the footprints start to, and he just, and you feel it cut across your forearm, but it doesn't stop you. As you keep running past, you can get your 30 feet out.
And then dash for the last as my action.
So you can get 30 feet out there, and then you dash. As you dash and run out, you emerge onto the main street. You are next to the canal.
Perfect.
Start yelling for
Bloody
guards.
and looks terrible.
Free. You're also invisible.
Is there? Yeah, I guess I'm also invisible, and then I'm just gonna, I don't know, run towards the center, like echelon, wherever that is.
Okay, you begin running towards the echelon. Great. Thyra, you're up.
I'm going to move my moonbeam on top of this guy.
Awesome. Yeah, wait, you watch as you're like starting to crawl back against the wall and sort of sit there and like, oh no. And suddenly this beam Moves
Okay.
over to that guy. He does take his 2d10 points of damage.
You can go this way though, and you're visible, so they won't know. You won't know.
Let me see. You're moving through a guy as well.
When it's moving, it's only if they start their turn or they enter it, not if I move it through them for the moonbeam spell.
Okay, so he doesn't
They
have to
have-
take the damage yet.
Not until the start of his turn. And I am going to shoot a web at the other guy.
So roll for your attack.
Uh, 16 plus 5, that's what, a 21?
That hits. 100% that hits.
So he is restrained.
Okay, he's now restrained. Awesome. Anything else you want to do on your turn? With your
I'm
movement?
gonna use my... I'm going to attack him. No, I'm gonna skitter away.
Okay, which direction are you skittering away in?
Up. Just up the wall. No, I don't, yeah,
You can
I'm
get
gonna go
to the
back
roof
up
if
to
you
the
want
roof. Yeah, I'm gonna go back up to the roof.
Fair enough. Awesome. It's their turn. So this one starts his turn in there, so roll your 2d10 damage.
It's 10 damage.
Okay. That's the wrong guy. Okay. So I'll say him. Cool. He's starting to look pretty rough. As the moonbeam like moves over to him and he sort of stands in it, and suddenly, as part of his like flesh starts to come off and the armor starts to drift off, and he is suddenly forced outwards. This way. This one's going to try and break free of the restraint. So I don't know what it is, probably a strength check. Regardless,
Yes,
you got
it's a
natural
strength
19.
check.
So he is now no longer restrained. Cannot do anything on his turn. This one's going to come around and try and figure out what the commotion is and shoot an arrow up at you, but you have partial cover. So he rolled a 22. What's your armor class as a spider?
14.
Still hits you. You take 6 points of piercing damage as you feel an arrow just rupture the very
Uh-oh.
hits you in the ass.
Lost a lot of that. Okay.
This one on top of the roof, 20 feet, is going to make his check to get over to the other side of the roof. Fails. But not that bad. So he is now caught hanging on the edge of the roof and cannot pull himself up till next turn. Okay, that's their turn. Wade, it's your go.
Disengage and run, buddy. Disengage and run.
Yeah, that's.
Well, they
that's
don't know he's
probably what I'll
there.
do. I think they would still get it with disadvantage, though.
To disengage?
Yeah.
Disengage is an action.
No, I'm saying if, like if I didn't disengage, they would be able to try to attack me. So I'll disengage and I'll run toward where Free went.
Okay. Okay, to do
Moving
so,
through the moonbeam hurt.
you're going to have to move through the
Oh,
moonbeam.
sorry, I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Wade would not do that, seeing that there.
So you can move down this way, because this way is still open. If you want to.
Nope, fuck it. I'm going to cast. I'm going to twin cast Sleep at second level, third level. Sleep at third
Okay.
level. Okay.
So the concentration on the invisibility drops.
No, it doesn't. Concentration doesn't drop unless you use another concentration spell.
Sleep isn't the concentration?
No.
Nope.
Mm,
Well, I'll
Nope.
be.
Mhm.
Roll your d20 anyway.
3.
Okay. Tell me how much HP you have and how many you're targeting.
Sorry, I'm counting it all. Two more. Those were good, nice rolls. Okay.
I feel like Alakin's like chewing on some biscuits, you know.
No, we already decided. I'm flirting with one of the cute clerics
84.
that's working at the temple.
Oh yeah.
84.
Yes. So
Okay.
the way spell sleep works is that it starts with the
lowest.
person with the lowest HP. And
So it's 20 feet within a point of your choosing. So which point are you choosing?
I'm choosing. I think I'm gonna choose this dude here as like my point. I assume the building's too tall to hit this guy, so it probably won't hit him, but it should be able to hit all these people.
Cool. So 5, 10, 15. Yeah, so this guy had 1 HP, immediately drops to the ground. This guy has 16 HP. At 17. Falls. And in doing so, now he's asleep, falls straight to the ground. Takes 2d6 bludgeoning damage. 8 damage.
Nice.
But is now back up because he just took damage.
Yep.
This brute. Around 17. How many was your total?
It was 84, I think I said. Yes, 84.
Yeah, 84.
Okay, I'll get back to him.
Everything just froze for me. Okay, there we go.
Okay, these two also drop. This one is still standing.
Okay, these are some chunky boys.
As he sort of looks around. Yes, they are.
My webcam's lagging. Okay.
But you still have your movement if you wanted to choose it to use it.
Yeah. With the rest of my turn, I'm just gonna run this way, and I know they're gonna have attacks, but it's gonna be at disadvantage. So
Are you going to
hope
go
for the
through that way?
best.
Because you'll have to go
Fuck,
through
the
the
moonbeam.
if you do that.
I keep forgetting
Yeah.
about the
You
moonbeam.
You can go up or down.
This way. Go that
You're
way.
all asleep. Okay. All right, I'm going over there.
He gets his attack of opportunity on you at disadvantage.
Go for it.
What's your armor class?
14.
He rolled an 8. His weapon attack is +6 to hit.
What's that?
So if you rolled a 14.
Okay.
that's-
I use my last shield spell.
Oh,
Roll your d20 for me.
Wade.
Come on.
Guys, this
16.
combat's great.
If you're going to
Yeah.
explode, now's the time to explode.
You watch as he like has the axe and the mace in hand. As he hears you mumble the components for sleep, he sort of looks your way, notices everyone crumble to the ground, and he feels you start to move away, and just catches it across the shield as the shield starts running with you, and you are gone.
Okay.
Okay, Izzy, you're up.
I'm gonna look the guy on the roof in the eyes and just go, fuck you. And his wings come up and push down, and I'm going to fly and dash 120 feet this way.
You're gone. For the purposes of this, you and Free,
Yeah.
Oh, good. You're gone. You're out of combat.
I did
Okay.
the math. If from the beginning of the spell to the end of the spell, I can fly 2.2 miles if I dash every 6 seconds.
Oh, very good.
Miles.
Yep.
So this guy is going to run up into right here, and is going to attempt to perceive you, Wade.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
I can do that in 10 minutes. I should say that as well.
He rolled a 4. You are still hidden from him.
Nice.
This one's basically just going to run up and cuss at you, Izzy. Everyone else is in
Fair
buildings
enough.
somewhere. As you look back, you can see a bunch of them are starting to pop out of various roofs of different buildings, looking around for ways to grab you. Okay. That's their turn. Free, you're out of combat, you're fine. Thyra.
I'm going to move my moonbeam on top of the guy that I just saw running.
Okay.
Actually, I would have seen Wade run past because
He's
I have
invisible.
blind sight.
Oh, ooh.
I have
Okay.
blind sight.
Great, yeah, then you
Is that how
saw
that
him.
works?
Yeah, you ran within 10 feet of me. I have blind sight within
That's
a 10-foot
cool.
radius around me.
That's
And I am going to try and keep up with Wade. I'm going to use my movement and my action to catch up with Wade. So that is 60 feet total.
As a note here, make a concentration check for me for the moonbeam. Which is also concentration.
I gotta get to the stats. That is a 12.
Just make it. The moonbeam stays up. And you can move yourself up there or wherever you want to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna move 60 feet, so I'm probably on the ground nearest Wade right now.
Okay, great. So, that's your turn. The thieves are all asleep. This one is going to run up with his friend. He's going to go there and then there. And you watch as he runs up. He's like, "Where'd he go?" And was like, "I don't fucking know. Wait a second." They're still trying to see you, Wade. Wade, you're up.
Disengage and running. My 30 feet.
You run.
I don't think there's enough map, but
There is not enough map, but you can start running upwards. Okay. The brute's going to follow you, and he's going to make one last perception check. Disadvantage. Which is... Wait a minute. It's an 11. Yeah, you are still hidden.
Is that the brute in my moonbeam?
Yes, it is. So take 2d10 damage.
That is max damage.
shit.
20 points.
So that is 20 damage.
He's still standing pretty comfortably as he just steps out of it and continues running, looking for him. Thyra, what are you doing?
I'm running with Wade.
Okay, so we begin running out. For brevity's sake, and also because I feel bad for Esprit, you guys run straight to the center canals and start meeting up. Naturally, and Lakin, you would know this, as Thieves Guild members go, traditionally they don't like to be out in the center of the day too much, especially when there is police out. So they do not choose to follow you out there. But yeah, there you go. So, congrats, you guys. You barely made it out alive.
I had 5 HP.
I want to let everyone know. Oh Jesus! I was down to 15. I'm at 18 out of 42.
So, as you guys all run out, let's catch up with Alakian. What you doing, Alakian?
So we had this conversation in chat. I feel like I probably would have spent the time probably flirting with one of the cute clerics that was working at the temple, because if there was one that was there. If not, probably still
Okay.
meditating.
Make an insight
Because
check.
that's
for
what
me.
a
Or make a
layman is.
perception check. Just a perception check to see who's a cute cleric person.
But I only love my god.
It's a 22.
You shouldn't have said that, Griz. Yeah,
You don't have to
see
love me.
a sort of young man appears to be half elven, with sort of like short, spiky, black hair that is fairly straight and is attempted to be combed, but is just a mess. Yeah, I'll say, why don't you go ahead and make a charisma, just a general charisma check.
That sucked. It was a 5.
5. Yeah, you go up and talk to him, and like you start hitting it off, and you feel really good about it. And then you bring up like the possibility of maybe grabbing a coffee or something, and he's like, I have to stay here and watch the temple." And you're like, "Oh, okay, sure." Yeah, he doesn't seem to be too engrossed in the idea of a date or anything like that.
Alright. Alright, that's probably about it, honestly. Probably go back to meditating, still trying to get some semblance of a connection. Because he's...
Okay, how long do you want to spend doing that?
I don't know, probably another 30 minutes or so, I'd say. I guess, after that.
Sure. So you complete the 30 minutes of meditation.
Mhm.
As you try and reach out to the Raven Queen again, it is much the same as the last time that you tried to. There doesn't appear to be any direct response to what you are putting out there.
Okay. I guess after that, I'll probably head back to the Convex Reserve then.
Okay,
Still
sure. So as you head back to the
anything.
Convex Reserve, I'm gonna shoot the question out to you all. Do you guys want to take a break now because it's 10 o'clock, or do you want to just power on through? It's up to you guys.
I'm up for whatever.
That's
Are we staying on Alakian? I assume?
We'll probably stay on Lakin for a little bit longer. Yeah.
That's fine with me. I can just run, pee, come right back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
While he's-
the rest of you, if you want to take your 5 minutes, and we'll just continue with Lakin for a little bit, and then we'll keep going. I think we're going to end a little bit early today, at like 10:45 ish. Have a sick wife, but yeah, we'll everyone go take your breaks, and we'll keep going with the Lakin, unless you want to take a break, Esprit too.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
cool.
Very good.
I have a headache.
Stress,
go
dude.
go.
Stress
recover.
headache.
Go recover from that.
I'll be right back.
So yeah, you make your way to the Convex Reserve. What are you doing now?
Probably trying to find Keeper Pasho and see if my compatriots had made it here yet. And then also getting my share of the money.
Sure, it's relatively easy to find Keeper Pasho. They're always around somewhere in the reserve. As you walk up to them, they greet you fairly warmly. They say, "Oh, hey, what are you doing back so soon?"
Well, we all found Master Geth and talked with him for a little while.
Okay, sure.
And he told us to come back here to get our reward for helping out.
Yeah, that's
So-
fine. I'll go get your sum in a second. Is everyone coming back here, or do you want me to just give you the whole thing, like
Well,
as its
that's
own?
what I was gonna ask. Have they not been here yet?
No, not yet.
Roughly about how long's passed since we left? over there? Probably about like 2 hours.
For
this
you,
point?
about an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half. Okay. Okay. About how long would I figure what it should have taken to get from guest house to here?
You start for an
A
hour
rough
at the
estimate.
monastery, so I will
Yeah.
say, cutting off some time. I'll say. The reserve's right next to it, so yeah, it'll take about 10 minutes, maybe 5.
Okay. So they should have long been here by now. That's basically
Oh, yeah,
what it boils down
long
to.
been here. Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to Keeper Pasho. Let's be like, are there any operatives that stay watching the city during the day? Or is it just whenever somebody new comes into town that they have somebody track them?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Fucking dick. Persuasion, that is a 19.
19. Yeah, they say, well, I mean, I don't know, like, the names of any of them. They're above me. They work as inquirators for the monastery, but they have people who, keep a general eye on anyone that comes in. If you've been followed, I would imagine that's just because someone has told them to follow you, if that's what you're talking about. Normally they don't, they don't tail specific individuals unless they're asked to. But I don't know any of them on a name level.
Okay. Given the increased choke activity, would they have sent people out to patrol more consistently, or would they have pulled everybody back to guard the monastery?
I'm not. I don't get told all of
Educated guess.
that. If I had to guess, they've probably sent a couple people out just to watch, to observe any, unnormal behavior. But I don't think they get involved. I would imagine that some of them would be tasked to, if they figured out that the guy was gone, they'd probably spend a fair amount of resources buffing up the monastery and the reserve, just to prevent any attacks on other order members.
I'm a little concerned because you said that you asked earlier why we weren't in hiding, and I feel like that's probably what happened, which is why they haven't come here yet.
Oh, so you think they got Okay.
Attacked, taken.
Maybe it's best if you laid low then for a while. I can talk to Geth or someone and see if we can figure out what to do with you. But if they know who you are, then yeah, you will need to lay low.
I don't think they know who I am, but one of the not so intelligent members of the party decided to keep on his very special poncho last night, and so I feel like that's probably a very recognizable thing, especially since he takes that everywhere.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you stay here, and I will arrange a search party to go out and look for them if you feel like it's necessary.
I feel like it probably is.
Okay, stay here for a while. I'll get in touch with the monastery and we'll see what we can do.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, they run off. Yep. So are you just staying at the reserve for the meantime?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would like to do while you're there?
See if I can find any kind of books on the choke specifically here, kind of
Okay.
like an inside look, or not necessarily an like inside look, but kind of like record keeping of tracking them, stuff like that, their habits,
Sure.
whatever.
Make an investigation check for me.
Investigation. That is a 21.
You find a book right here in the reserve about the choke itself. It details a number of crimes that have been committed across the city, things that they've been picked up on for, mostly just petty robberies, small assaults, things like that. But there have been records of important things being stolen or businesses being coerced into payment to them over many, many years of them being active. They talk about how the choke has been around for centuries. It's been around since the Orthesian Revolution. Actually, because you rolled so well, yeah, I think I'm going to give you this. Because 21's pretty fucking high. It details about what the Order understands about the origins of the choke, which is that when Casco was an emerging country and Rakrovi was an emerging city, before the revolution, the city was largely run by an underground organization who called themselves by the same name. When Orthes rose up, the perception of the high percentage of populace which was tiefling, because back in the day Casco used to be mostly tiefling, the perception started to change when they realized that they had a ruler who was noble, just, and a good person. When she rose up to power and started taking control of Rakrovi, shit got better across the board. It became a better city. The economics became better. The judicial system became better. B, a number of tieflings started to flee. This starts to track with what you have talked to with Free about a number of tieflings migrating from Rakrovi up to the northeast of the continent.
Okay.
And a bunch of them left. In doing that, the remainders started to become more widely accepted, and Rakrovi became a capital city that was renowned for its inclusivity amongst everyone, and thus other races started to pop up: Minotaurs, Goblins, Tabaxi, Lizardfolk, etc. The choke itself, after the revolution, receded in power. It became weaker, and has since been rebuilding for centuries. They've always been active, but the Order has never been able to take them down. It also talks about, very briefly, the chain of command, in that there is always one leader who has a number of lieutenants who command legions of different fighters. They have wizards, they have brutes, they have thieves, they have assassins.
Okay.
So, as a vague oversight, that's what you get with your 21 history. And I'll say it takes an hour or two for you to dig up all this information. But you learn a fair amount.
Okay. Shortly thereafter, I'm assuming there's like a storage room in the reserve that I'm probably seen through the tours and stuff that I've
Yeah.
been through. I want to go there. Is the door locked?
You go and try the door to what you assume is the storage room. It is locked.
I want to kind of. I mean, I know it's probably like an open area, but I do want to try and stealth and then pick the lock.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Okay. That is a 30.
Okay. And then make your Thieves' Tools check.
Okay. And that's Dex plus proficiency, correct?
Yes.
Natural 20.
Yeah, you feel fairly stealthy. The door that you're trying to unlock is actually just off the side of the courtyard, so it is in the middle of the day and there are people out. But you feel confident enough that they are distracted amongst themselves, and begin picking the lock. As you just put your Thieves' Tools in, you do, and you can just walk straight in.
What can I see in there?
As you walk in and close the door behind you, it's a janitor's closet. It's maybe 5 feet by 5 feet. Bunch of mops on the side, brooms, various rags and buckets. Yeah, but it is secluded and quiet.
Well, that's not what I was looking for. I'll kind of poke my head out, see if there's anybody watching me, and if not, I'll go ahead and just head back to see if I can find a different actual storage room for like actual things that's not just a janitor's closet.
Okay. With your 30 stealth, no one's noticing you there.
Yeah.
As you walk around the reserve, most of it is familiar to you. You've been in almost every room. Looking around, there does not appear to be a storage room per se, because people who come here don't have very many things. Almost everyone just keeps their shit at the edge of their bunks in the communal sleeping area, with the exception of Pasho, who has their own small chamber. They keep their very minimal items in there as well. There are various closets for teaching that have, paper in them, and other resources, but there is nothing that you gather would be of particular value.
Okay. Because what I was wanting to accomplish was to try and find the chest that they had those choke uniforms in. That's what I was going for.
Okay, yeah. You look around in the usual places, you do not see it.
Okay. Does that include Pasho's room?
Yeah. You look into Pasho's room. Even with your 30 stealth, it does not seem to be there.
Okay.
You would wager that they have already passed it on to the monastery.
Yeah. Fuck. I guess I'll just.
At this point, it's starting to get like into the afternoon. It's maybe like 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Mhm.
So yeah, keep that in mind.
Yeah. I'm gonna, I guess now probably just sit around and wait for Pasha to get back.
I would just like to everyone point out Griz's camera right now.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I just want to watch. I don't know what he's doing. Sharp, can we
Probably
make
trying
that
to
a
be
gift?
stealthy.
I think he rolled a natural 2.
Probably.
Him crawling into his room and
Oh, it's the chair. It's the ghost. Yeah.
He
Uh,
appears to be crawling slowly up to onto his own chair. Griz, we can see it, buddy. Just get in the chair.
I will say, as the hours go on, it's maybe like 6:30 before Pasha comes back. Finds you here in the reserve, and says, "Okay, so I sent a party out to go and try and find your friends. I gave them all descriptions, but I don't think that you should go with them. I think that you should probably stay here." Griz, it's so weird. You came from the other side of the camera.
Oh yeah, I came
Yeah,
from
it's
the other
strange.
door
We did.
over there.
Oh yeah, it was strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so strange.
we totally didn't see you crawl through the door.
Hope my door did a
Not
good
at all.
job. I mean, my
No,
chair
we
did a
didn't
good
see
job.
you. We didn't. We didn't see you with your ass sticking up to try and crawl stealthily across the ground, buddy.
Yeah, if I didn't have so much trash on the ground that I had to crawl over, I would have gotten away with it too.
Poor for you meddling kids.
But yeah, so he says that to you. They say that to you.
Would Geth be the one that I would need to talk to about authorizing another excursion down to infiltrate the choke?
Why would you do that?
I feel like they probably... Actually, you know what? No. I'll just tell you. They are intending to break into the echelon and steal some kind of artifact from them.
Watches the face, kind of gets puzzled and slightly conflicted. No, I don't think that you should. There's no need to tell anyone about that anytime soon.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
That's pretty good. That's a 21. Natural 19.
They're not. They're very clearly refraining from talking about something.
There's something you're not telling me.
Well, we've already moved to work on that issue, or so I hear from the masters. They've already started plans to prevent that from happening, and I don't think they want you guys involved.
Could you get me in contact with one of the masters I would need to talk to?
I don't really know if I could do that, really. Make a persuasion check for me.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. That's 17.
I don't think I can do that. Even if I
Why
wanted
not?
to, I don't think they take my recommendation.
Not even with the fact that it was Master Haresh that brought me in the first place.
That doesn't really have anything to do with what's happening now. Haresh is a part of the Monastery of Earth, right? So she's not a part of this org.
No, she's not a part of this one, but she's a part of the larger organization as a whole.
Yeah, but I don't think that she'll have much say, even if, you know, even if you wanted to. And on top of that, it's not really about her. I don't think that the masters. I don't think that Geth wants you on the mission.
Do you have any other ex-thieves within your ranks that have the qualifications or skills that I have demonstrated since I got here, since before I got in?
You watch as there is like a look of realization that occurs on the face, and they say, "Look, officially, I can't condone any mission that you want to take out on your own. If you're doing this, then you'd be striking out against the order. And on top of that, I don't think it's a good idea. You're going to get yourself killed."
Not if you get me one of those uniforms.
I can't get you a uniform. I don't have access to those. Which
Where are they?
reminds me, you still owe me one.
She's got it. I don't know where the hell they are.
I can't get you anything. And truthfully, I should be reporting you if you're going to do this.
I haven't said I'm going to.
I'm pretty sure the inference is there.
You can infer all you like.
I don't think it's a good idea. I can't help you with this.
Who do I need to talk to try and convince otherwise? If I have to, I'll go back to Geth. If I have to.
I guess do that. If he's the one that's upset with you, then maybe he's the one that can help, but I don't know where he is.
I do. Do you have a different cloak around here that I could borrow? I feel like this one probably will stand out a little bit too much.
I really think you should stay here.
My friends are in trouble, and there's only one way that I can think of that will help them. And you're saying that I need to get permission from Geth to do that.
I don't think that you should be getting permission at all. I think you should stay here. But fine. If you want to go, I can't stop you. But I'm gonna have to probably tell someone that you're planning on doing this if you don't talk to Geth first.
I'm going
So I'll be
to. That's
waiting
where
for
I'm going.
I'll be waiting for him first.
Okay.
Okay. And you watch as they go back into their personal quarters and pull out a shorter cloak. It is fit for a halfling.
That's fine.
Okay. And I assume you're going out back to Geth's safe house?
Yes, I'm going to stealth my way over there, trying to look as inconspicuous as possible as I'm
So
heading
make
in
a
that
stealth
direction.
check.
24.
You don't feel that you are being watched with particular attention as you make your way over to Geth's safe house. And as you do, and you get there, the familiar building is present. The building itself is the same. except for the doors busted down.
Do I hear anything from inside?
Make a perception check.
That is a 22.
Yeah, you do not hear anything from inside as you sort of sidle on up to the building. And looking around,
see?
you also don't see any particular presence here. Yeah.
Do I see signs of what looks like a struggle, anything like that inside?
Okay, so make an investigation check for the inside as you go in.
Okay. Ooh, that's not great. That is a 12 total.
Okay, as you walk in, you look around the bottom of the floor. It appears that the building has been stormed. There are scuff marks all over the place. There appear to have been multiple people in here. Things are trashed. The whole room is in complete and utter shambles. As you go up and try and walk towards the stairs, make a dex save for me.
Dex save?
Yep.
That is a 17.
Yeah. As you go and walk up the stairs, you put your foot on the first stair, and you feel something, and you immediately take it back off and walk back a couple steps, as this vague cloud just pops up in front of you.
Does it stay there or does it dissipate?
At this point in time, it's not. It's just coming out of the thing. It seems to linger a little bit.
I'll wait for a little bit. Does it seem to fade?
Okay, yeah. After about a minute, it seems to fade.
Okay. I'm going to be more cautious and check for traps as I go up the stairs.
Okay, sure. So make another investigation check as you're looking for something else.
22.
Yeah, you do not see any other traps on the inside of the house.
Okay.
As you go upstairs, you see the upstairs is completely trashed. With your 22 investigation, it does not appear that there was a struggle here.
So most of this shit happened downstairs then. Were there any... Did it look like there was blood or any bodies or anything like that around?
No, surveying the whole house,
Mhm.
there doesn't appear to have been any sort of struggle or fight at all. It just appears like someone's come in, trashed the place, and left.
Okay. Fuck, that wouldn't work anyway. I was gonna say, do the boot imprints look familiar at all, like size or anything like that? But I guess that probably wouldn't help anything.
I mean, if you want to make a perception check, you can.
No, I'll just head to the monastery.
Okay, so you begin heading to the monastery. Fair enough. As you leave the house, are you stealthing?
Yes. Yeah, I was gonna stealth all the way back again. 26.
Okay, you feel pretty stealthy. As you reach the outside of the house and begin walking down into the other alleyways, you do see a rather large presence of maybe 12 or so guys start to converge on the house again. They look big and intimidating, and they are all of the correct variety of people that you assume they are.
Cool. I'm gonna just keep heading back.
Fair enough. So yeah, you begin heading back to the monastery. We'll park you there for a second. The rest of you guys, as you run out of the alleyway after an intense, epic battle, feeling drained, cut up, beaten. Wade and Thyra, you are together in a group. Izzy and Free, you are together in a group, although Izzy, you can't see Free at all. What do you guys all want to do?
Free was gonna run towards the echelon area until
Okay,
she
so
turned
you run...
visible again, and then take a look around for her friends.
Okay. I don't believe that you have control over your own invisibility because it's Wade's
Nope.
cast.
Like
Fair
I said,
enough.
until it fades.
You begin running towards the echelon. Izzy, what you doing?
She's gonna fly towards the echelon, actually.
Okay,
That was
sure.
her
You
plan
begin
as well.
flying towards the echelon.
Yeah.
Wade and Thyra, you can see each other. So,
Holy. Gator stew. Thyra. Since when can you turn into frickin' animals and things?
You just see two tentacles go.
Okay. Where should we go? You know what? I'll follow you.
I'll head toward our destination, which was the echelon.
okay, so you're all heading towards the echelon. Izzy, as you are flying towards the echelon, sort of as you are approaching the very center circle of the whole city, you catch the attention of a couple guards who start to flag you down.
Like, are they on the center island thing, or?
No, they're a little bit off of it. They're on the sort of the edge of the segments.
I'm gonna try and be a little stealthy, so giant spider in a city. Don't want to freak people out.
Okay, sure. So make a stealth check. What you doing, Izzy?
Isabel will land if they flake her down, because she's not in a position to be sassy.
Okay, you land down on the ground and you see two of them start walking up to you. It's a man and a woman. The man says, "Hey, you are not permitted to fly in this area. That is strictly for officials only."
Isabel's going to narrow her eyes at him as she's currently like bloodied and fucked up. And just go, "I've had a very, very long day. I'm hurt. I need to talk to some people at the echelon and at the fucking... I need to talk to people. I don't have time for this."
Yeah, as you point out your scars, you see the guy sort of like look closely. My God, what happened to you?
There's some people from the truck, I think, that are not... I'm not sure, I could fly, so I got away.
When was this happening?
Like, however long it took me to fly from there to here, like minutes ago, probably.
Okay, yeah. Please stay here. We will be right back. And they start running off towards the direction that you pointed the choke to be in.
Everyone, like, I'm not being watched?
No, you're not.
Cool, I'm gonna fly over to the echelon.
Yeah, okay. Sure, you begin flying back. It's not that far. Thyra, what'd you get for your stealth?
24.
Okay, sure. Yeah, as you come out of the alleyway, you do sort of catch the attention of an older woman who's just like sees you and just starts screaming her head off. But you just eventually like go down to one of the side of the canals and manage to remain stealthy for the rest of it. Yeah, no one's like catching the attention of you. As you like walk away, you hear a couple people walk up and like, "What happened?" And she's like, "I saw a giant spider. It was terrifying. I thought it was going to eat me." And she's like in hysterics, and you're just off. You weren't even doing anything. But yeah, I'll say, you guys can all reconvene at the echelon at different times. Izzy, are you waiting for the rest of the group, knowing that you are the fastest?
Yes, I'll wait. And also, I like to say that when the wings are out but not being used, they fold over and like meld into her coat, so her coat looks like it does when she's in her armor. Like covered in bones, kind of stuff like that. Very, very creepy aesthetic.
Great, yeah, love it. Yeah, you all meet up. I'll say the three of you, apart from Izzy, start to see each other on the bridges coming into the center ring before you find Izzy there. Wait, are you dropping your invisibility or are you keeping it up?
Let's see how long it lasts. Does anybody know off the top of their head? I think it's
1 hour.
1 hour.
An hour.
An hour. How long have we been traveling?
10 minutes.
Keeping it up.
Yeah, my wings would have disappeared at this point.
Sure, yeah, Izzy, as you like sit there on the ground, just sort of waiting for everyone, you just see a large spider just and start staring at you.
Free will also let herself be known by saying Isabel and like nearing, even though she's invisible.
All right, Free's a ghost, and there's a giant spider who wants to be my friend. It's a good day.
I walk up to Izzy and I start making spider kissy faces.
It's horrifying. The two like lower mandibles just
Free
Little
starts
bits
to
of
back
saliva.
up when she realizes it's a giant spider.
Yeah, if a giant spider came up and did that to her, she's gonna attack it, so she's gonna punch it.
okay. Roll for your attack.
Yeah, because like I don't know what else you would do in this situation. That's a natural 15, so I assume I hit her.
I don't know. I have to bring the thing back up.
I'm pretty sure it was a 13
I think it
with
was
the
a
spider.
4.
13 or 12 or something. I think 15 hits.
Hey, whoa. Izzy, come on. That's Thyra.
I do 7 points of damage.
Is the spider form still up?
It should be, but again, I have to bring it back up.
Yeah, as you sort of like walk closer to Izzy, you see her like start to get more and more defensive before punches you right in like 7 of your eyes right here, and you have to start blinking
Brass
them
knuckles,
to try and
baby.
get your vision back.
Brass knuckles, baby.
Yes, it's still up. You said 7 damage?
Yep.
Yep, it's still up. It's still spider.
That's Thyra.
I'm gonna hiss at
Free
her.
asks invisibly from somewhere nearby.
I'm gonna growl at Spider Thyra. That's Spyra.
Yeah, you do
Hey.
so.
Do y'all think we should get to the echelon or somewhere safe? Instead of
Alright.
in here?
So the spider is Thyra, and Free and White are ghosts, or what the fuck's going on?
Invisible.
Yeah, we're
I
invisible.
think.
Alright,
I'm
so you're not
hurting, but I
dead.
don't think I'm dead.
Right. Look, it was like a 50-50 chance that you're actually just ghosts based on what just happened to us. Or you should probably warn the echelon about the choke and the fact that warn the what's the magical university thing that Kevin's sister works at?
That's the echelon.
That's this one. That's the echelon.
Oh, that is the echelon. Oh yeah. We should probably warn the echelon about that the choke are coming to steal their shite.
Yeah, for
Also,
sure.
you
Didn't we
know,
already?
It's full of magic people
We
that
ha-
can keep us safe.
Oh yeah, that too. Don't worry, I have a rapport with the head of the echelon, so I'll talk to him.
Hey guys, I'm not doing so hot.
Oh, it's headed to the echelon. Let them know what's happening.
I kind of
They'll
felt
probably
like
let us sleep.
3 stories.
Hi.
I did as well. I know the feeling.
So let's head in and let them know what's going on, and maybe they'll give us a place to sleep for the night.
Maybe send a message to Elakian through Asmin or her boss.
What's the range of my telepathy?
It is 30 feet, and it has to be a creature that you are familiar with.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering if I could like send it over long distances, but I can't. So
As a note here, as you guys are looking towards the echelon, which is just over the bridge, there is a couple of people just standing outside. As you look closer, they don't appear to be choke.
can I roll
Yeah.
insight
Standing
checks?
there.
See
I
who
mean,
they are.
from this point, it'll be a perception check.
Yeah, can I do the same? I want to see if there's any visible
Yeah.
identifiers. Might be. Got like a 12.
That's 7.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Sure, yeah, Thyra, you notice that they are standing there, sort of arms crossed, on either side of the door. They appear to be mages of some sort.
I'm gonna go and kind of shoot a little web and shoot a little web.
Can she turn back into a person, or is she
No,
just like
she-
this forever?
She wants to know if we want to go left or right.
No. Can she become a person again, or is she just spider forever now?
I don't know.
I much preferred. I kind of much rather preferred like person Tyra. Like she's intelligent. She has like thoughts of her own. She's not just a fucking spider. She could speak to us.
Also
Wait,
quite
you
creepy.
hear in the back of your head, you hear Kev say, "Wait, make her do it again."
Do the spitting thing. Hey, Thyra. Do that web thing again. Psh, psh. Oh,
I'm gonna shoot another one in the direction of the thing and another one in the other direction. Just a short one,
Okay,
not to go
so-
far.
So she's asked. It's a 2-letter word, and she's asking me if we want to.
now you're thinking that's 2 syllables.
Oh, I'm so yeah, 2 syllables. Left or right? Left or right? Web. Right.
Faith just
Wait,
gonna
I need
start
help with
walking
this.
towards the echelon.
Yeah, you start walking. No one notices apart from Thyra.
And I will follow free, because she kind of maybe got the message, probably not.
Hey, Thyra. I know that it can sound a little weird. And, you know, I don't even know if you can understand me right now, being a spider and all. But it would be really cool if I could ride on your back. How big of a spider is she?
Hey,
I'm a large beast.
Yeah, you can wait. She could probably support you.
Equa, I sent you a message.
Okay.
I'll back up into him.
Oh, shit, yes. Okay. Battle on. He's invisible.
Okay. Wait, as you jump onto Thyra's back, you like seat yourself up. Like, yeah, okay. And a voice pops into your head. It says, "Isabel says, stop being an idiot."
Can I respond? How's this thing work?
Izzy, you hear in your head, "Can I respond? How's this thing work?"
At that point, it's supposed to freeze, turn to Wade and go, "Wade, I think I might be able to talk to Kev."
What do you mean?
I want to tell Chaos to say hello to Kev. I'm not sure if he'll do it, but
Okay,
I'll say you could be mean.
sure. You feel chaos sort of move up to the base of your hippocampus, and you tell it to talk to Kev. Wade, you hear in the back of your head, the creature says, "I am speaking to Kev. I would like a reply." You hear this, Wade, and you hear Kev say, "What does it mean?" Izzy, you hear in your head, what does it mean? And that's where we're going to end the episode.
No!
So,
Oh my god!
I'm going to spend so much time making Equa talk to himself. It's going to be so much fun. I can also start doing Chaos's voice if we get into anything like too major with that.
it doesn't matter to me. Wow, look at that, you guys. Look at that. I was wondering how long it would take you to figure out how to do that.
Well, because I fucking had to use it. I'm so glad I've kept as a new friend, as a terrifying monster that sometimes will listen to the messages I send.
Yeah, you guys. I'm looking at the chat right now. I can see that you're elated, Griz. Great. So we are going to end the episode there since we didn't take a break and it's 10:44. So I want to thank you all for watching tonight's episode of Emoris. I know it was a weird one in the fact that the party was very split. That's how it goes sometimes. So we will reconvene back here next Monday for the next session of Emoris. In the meantime, be sure to catch Vandalva on Twitch on Fridays and After Emoris on YouTube on Sundays. For all of the whatever this is. I'm sure there'll be many questions about that particular reveal. And, you know, before we go, I want to stress again, thank you to everyone for helping us to achieve affiliate.
Yeah, it was excellent. We love you.
Sure.
I have a few things. I want to say a thank you to Zyro for subscribing and gifting a sub. I want to thank Zelda Nerd 1988, aka Nissa, for subscribing, Quinlan for subscribing, and Baka Zombie for subscribing.
How many subs do we
You
have?
would have been
Holy
so
shit.
mad if you forgot
All
him.
of the follows.
All the follows, everything.
That doesn't include us who
If we get
subscribe to
15
ourselves.
subs, then we get another emote, I'm pretty sure. So that's interesting. But yeah, thank you everyone for subscribing and following. That's great. We're fucking cracked today. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you everyone for coming out, for following, for subscribing. If you haven't already, be sure to follow the rest of the socials. You can type in exclamation mark and then the social name that you want in the Twitch chat, and Nightbot will provide you a link to those. But apart from that,
Great chaotic calling.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else to say.
Keep
I
an
do.
eye
Just
out.
if I do. I have something to say.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
jeez.
I didn't get to say it this early today because we didn't hear
Okay.
the thing was
Sorry,
muted.
Dyto's mom.
My name is undeadfelis, and I'm gonna fuck Dyto's mom. Dyto let me say that. This is her idea for me to say that today. You're welcome.
Okay.
I did give
I
permission.
literally
With
pulled
that,
out
let's
my
raid.
headset because I couldn't listen.
Yeah, bye-bye.
With that-
I love you all.
Bye.
Let's cue my.
Bye-bye.
See you next week.